Hello, we're back. Thanks a lot for your patience, for the visit and everything. We have a lot of things trending today. We have a lot of things in the news today. So we are bringing you the cocoa, the main headlines, the main things that have transpired today. So let's just get jiggy with it. Let's jiggy with it. To join the conversation, okay, let me paste the link. Let me put the link in the comments. Let me put the link in the comment section so that those that are joining will join the conversation. Okay, so you join the conversation with this link. This link will lead you to share your idea, share your opinion, share what you have to say in this our discussion. So we are going to start ahead now. What is trending now is this Fubara moving from APC to only God knows where he wants to do with his political career. And so, but for now, we don't even know what Fubara wants to do with his political career. But let us just get started with this Obi and
Politics.
Kwankwaso
Former Governor
move.
Rabiu Kwankwaso has urged the people of Kano to view his potential vice presidential ticket under the Nigeria Democratic Congress as a one-way ticket for the state to secure the presidency in the near future. Well, joining us on the show this morning to discuss the battle for the soul of Kano State as the Obi Kwankwaso likely ticket threatens Kano political hegemony is Sanusi Bature, spokesperson to the Kano State Governor. Good morning, sir, and welcome to the program today.
Good morning.
Well, Sanusi Bature, we just spoke with Senator Sumaila Kawu, so this looks like a Kano State Day on
Yes, indeed.
Rice News. But, he was asked the question, what has he achieved in the past 3 years? And he was talking about irrigation programs, about building hospitals, 6 hospitals in about 171 wards, the largest senatorial district that he says, we have in Nigeria. And as you read out, those programs, including education, scholarships for, over 1,000 students and all of that. I was wondering, so what is the Kano State government doing? Because, if the senator, one senator is doing so much, where is the government in Kano State?
Well, Senator Kawu Sumaila is a good friend to the governor, and they were in the same party, NNPP, from 2023 before the earlier defection of Kawu and later defection of the governor. So they have been working in synergy with one another in terms of the development across the state. But to add to what he has said, I have mentioned earlier in this platform previously that the agenda of His Excellency Governor Abubakar Yusuf of Kano State is number 1, priority education, 2nd, education, 3rd, education. So in this education, for the very first time last year, Kano became the best state in terms of the National Examination Council result, topping the giant state like Lagos, which is as a result of the massive investment in the education sector, because the governor has declared state of emergency on education and has given a top priority to the education sector, allocating about 30% of the annual budget in 2024 and also 2025, and also in this 2026 annual budget. And then if you're talking about hospitals, the governor had renovated over 160 primary healthcare centers and also currently renovating major tertiary and secondary health facilities such as Murtala Mohammed Library, and he was given approval recently to renovate Dawakin Topa General Hospitals, Sasanusi General Hospital. A lot of secondary and tertiary health facilities are under renovation in Kano. So some have been renovated long ago, like the Maria Hasia Bayero Pediatric Hospital. And then if you're talking about other aspects of infrastructure development, when you go to Kano, Kano is a different city now. It's actually undergoing a massive urban renewal project, renovating over 100 urban roads with interlock by the site and then plantation across the state to beautify the city so that it can meet the needed requirement as a mega city in northern Nigeria. And then sponsorship of scholarship, you know, the 1001 pouring scholarship has been almost completed with a lot of students coming back who graduated with a master's degrees in India, Malaysia.
Is that the governor's project?
Yes.
It's the governor's project?
Yes.
Not the senator's project?
No. Whatever I'm mentioning is the governor's project.
The senator was taking credit
No.
achievements of the government.
What I have said earlier, if you listen to my introduction, there is a synergy between the governor and the senators.
Okay.
So
They are laughing at him.
So senator is doing his own, but whatever the senator does, he is in synergy with the governor. So he briefed the governor. I want to. So if governor is in
no problem.
primary health care A, then the senator will go to B or C. You understand? So whatever I mentioned is the work of the governor, not the senator. But the senator is doing his own in synergy with that of the
Okay.
of
Some
The
form of
1,000 scholarship
division
is the work
labor.
of the governor.
Is the work of the governor.
I'm
Yes.
going to hold on to this point around scholarships because we know that this is a huge flagship of the Kwankwasia movement. It is one of the iconic, if I may call it, strategies that has been deployed by the Kwankwasia movement that is it's celebrated for today. So it's interesting to see that the philosophy and the ideology of the Kwankwasia makes up some of the successes of Governor Abba Yusuf. So I ask this question, given that the media space is dominated by the narrative that Kano State is okay or KO, who is Governor Abba Yusuf without the Kwankwasia movement that made him?
Well, first of all, you need to look at the political structure. Initially, in January, we defected out of NNPP, not Kwankwasia, as we mentioned it earlier. And then the ideology of Kwankwasia have been what we adopted as a system of governance in Kano State. Because Kwankwaso was a pillar, was one of the major stakeholders that actually worked for the present administration. But you know, in politics, you need to understand the context and content before the content. Why I say this is that we are fully aware and everybody knows that NNPP is no longer a formidable platform for 2027 election. So therefore, there was an agreement between the critical stakeholders, including Senator Kwankwaso himself, that we should find a lasting solution against 2027 because NNPP cannot fly. So with that, with the consent of Kwankwaso, with the consent of the former Deputy Governor, Comrade Amir Absalam, they decided with the governor also to approach Tinubu as the first option, as option A, so that the possibility of joining APC can come to play. So when the governor approached President Tinubu, they started to discuss all these issues and what have you. Then Kwankwaso was beginning to run away from that discussion. And then at a later time, he made himself clear that he needs to speak to the president directly, one-on-one, because president is his friend. So the governor went to the president and tell him that my boss want to speak to you directly on the issue of defection to APC. So President Tinubu agreed to that. He picks an appointment for Senator Kwankwaso, and then the day that he's supposed to be in the Bila, he traveled to China. He mentioned to the Bila guys that, okay, when he comes back from China, he will inform them. Up till now, he didn't inform the Bila that he is back
To join this conversation, you can click the link. You can click the link below in the comments to join the conversation. If you want us to discuss politics, if you want us to converse, you can click the link. The link is in the comments. The link is in the comment. If you click, you join. You switch on your mic, then we continue.
China. So he maneuvered his way to actually recuse himself from the discussion of going to APC for a reason best known to him. So therefore, looking at the time, because March, April supposed to be the time that any defection should happen according to the Electoral Act. So therefore, the governor cannot hesitate to move on because he's leading a state of over 22 million people, and he needs to have a political platform that he can run for the second term to continue with the giant stride that he has been doing in the state. For us, when you say Obi in Kano, it's actually a strange news. And many people are even surprised that the same Konkoso who said he has PhD, Obi has just an undergraduate degree. The same Konkoso who said he is more experienced politically and otherwise than Obi. The same Konkoso who has seen Obi as just a Biafra agent is now craving for him to be the vice president to Obi. So it's a surprise, and then Kano cannot accept this partnership because it's not really the Konkoso we know, because we know the Konkoso is a straightforward person and is a kind of person that actually want to really contribute to the development of the country. But this partnership, I believe, is just temporary, and I don't even think Konkoso Obi ticket can work. Why? Because I know the two of them has a very different opinion, has a very different political view. So I don't see people with a different political view can actually connect under one ticket to provide what is needed for the country.
So you said you don't think the ticket can work because Kwankwaso had called them names in the past and all of that. So you said you think something is wrong with Kwankwaso. What do you think is wrong with Kwankwaso? That's number one. Number two will be the question of, can we differentiate the roles of the senator and the governor? Because let's know who did which, legislative and executive. Let's know who did which one did the senator or the governor do. But what is wrong with Kwankwaso? But to also add to my question, nothing is wrong with Kwankwaso when he ensured that the governor was elected then. It is now that he's no longer with the governor, something is wrong with him. Can you tell us what is wrong with Kwankwaso now?
Okay, let me just give you some few examples so that you can understand that Kwankwaso is getting confused. Probably his age, I'm not very sure. Somebody who does not believe. Yes, he's 70 now. So,
but you are being ageist. That's not fair.
Yeah. Anyway, let me just go straight to your question. Rufai, let me just go to your question first. Then, if you have a follow-up question, then we can discuss it.
Go ahead.
Okay. Somebody who does not believe in Yoruba presidency has been moving between Abeokuta and Ibadan to secure a political fortune, has been engaging Obasanjo, has been engaging the Oyo State governor to secure a political fortune. This is an element of political confusion, because if you believe in something, you have to work on it. If you don't believe on something, you have no reason to work on it. So he has engaged at some point the Oyo State governor, Makinde, to secure similar partnership with Obi. And then when Makinde opted out of that discussion, then Kwankwaso went to Obi. The same Obi that I've mentioned that he has been calling him names. You understand? And he has seen Obi as a so imperial political leader that he cannot even work with in 2023. That is one. The second issue is that somebody who said Tinubu is his friend, and he ordered his political godson, the governor, to go and meet President Tinubu to discuss the issue of partnership, the issue of defection to APC, has withdrawn that support at the very late hour to also pursue another separate political movement. And then what I want to make clear here is that there are those who are working for Tinubu openly, directly, in the public space, and there are also those who can work for Tinubu behind the scene. And I believe whatever Kwankwaso is doing will favor Tinubu at the end of it, because Kwankwaso has worked for Tinubu in 2023. I am a member of the APC, and I have been the opposition spokesperson in Kano, and have known what has happened in 2023. So therefore, in 2027, at the same time, Kwankwaso, it's just that we're going to work for Tinubu in 2027 directly and openly as members of the APC. But I believe Kwankwaso is also working for Tinubu in 2027 behind the scene.
Okay, so Kwankwaso is working for Tinubu.
Yes.
Yeah. The senator is saying that this 1,000 projects is his own, that the governor's own is different. So we also want you to clarify, legislative and executive, roles and things like that between the senator. Because the senator just, sent me a message now that the governor's own is different. That this one that you are saying that the 1,000 scholarship is your own. That is not true. Answer that.
Senator mentioned over 1,000 students. He has a role to be given scholarship, monthly stipend, registration, and what have you. That part of his constituency project, constituency support to members, to students in Kano South. Then the governor has a 1,001 foreign and domestic scholarship for students, indigenous students of Kano State across the 44 local government, not just one zone. So there are different initiatives. The one for senator is different, and the other one for the governor is for postgraduate scholarship, domestic and foreign. So I hope
they overlap?
No, they don't overlap. They are separate projects, and each one is being funded by the different entities. The senator is doing his own. The senator's one, I'm not sure whether the senator has sponsored anybody to the foreign country for any postgraduate scholarship, but he has his own where he's spent money on the student for Kano South. But for the governor's one, it's a postgraduate scholarship, master's degrees, PhDs, foreign countries and domestic.
Okay, Sanusi, yesterday, I think we reviewed, a rally by Dr. Kwankwaso. And then, of course, there was also the rally by the governor, where also a lot of people there, and a lot of people at the Kwankwaso rally too. I know it's political season, but I was suggesting yesterday that some of these people, in both places attending these political events, they look like they are the same set of people. So what level of productivity are we having this political season in Kano? Because it looks like, people just go to this rally, they go to that rally. Is there serious work still going on in that city of Kano because of the competition, political alignments and realignments? When governor calls people, they go there. When Kwankwaso calls people, they go there. When Dr. Ganduje tries to mobilize people, they will go there. So is there still work in that town?
Yeah, Kano is populated with over 22 million people. And 60% of that population is dwelled within the metropolitan area of the city. So to gather people in places like Kano is a very simple thing because of the population. And then, of course, we cannot ignore the unproductive population who are always available for such things, even though the governor has done a lot to ensure that job is created through the revival of 26 skill acquisition centers and then the monthly women empowerment he has been given to a lot of people in the state. But Kano is blessed with the experienced politicians. If you take Kwankwaso, if you take Ganduje, if you take Senator Shekarau, if you take the governor himself and also the deputy senate president, the balance is now, Kwankwaso is now alone. It's a lone politician with maybe 30-40% of his followership before our defection. Now, we've moved with like 70% of the Kwankwaso supporters to APC to merge with that of Ganduje that has been in existence in APC, the bloc votes of Ganduje, the bloc vote of Senator Shekarau, and also that of Senator Barau Jibrin, who is the deputy senate president. So if you look at the forces, if you mention like 10 politicians in the space of Kano, the big 10, the top 10 politicians, 7 to 8 of them are now in APC. And they have massive support and political resources that they can determine what might happen in 2027. And then Kwankwaso alone, because he has lost a lot of support base in Kano, now moving to bring Obi so that he can actually secure the support of some of the non-indigens and then the Christian votes in the state and what have you. But even at that, when you look at it, it might not be up to 25% of the total vote because Kano is a conservative state that you cannot really take away that
Are you sure?
thinking of a typical Kano man. You understand? And then
Are
he
you
cannot play
sure?
anything with Obi because Obi can never be accepted in places like Kano, Jigawa, and Co. So therefore, I don't see that flying. Only that the assignment he was given probably is just to scatter the opposition and ensure that some of the votes goes here and the other one goes there, so that the president can.
Tinubu gave him this assignment, right?
No, I'm just.
So I want you to say here categorically, you're saying that in an Obi Kwankwaso ticket, that Kwankwaso cannot deliver Kano State. Is that what you're saying? And then you've also said that he's
Correct.
working with... Sorry?
Correct.
Correct what?
Yeah, Kwankwaso Obi ticket cannot fly in Kano. Kwankwaso alone under NNPP was able to secure over 1 million votes in Kano in 2023. But believe you me, in 2027, with the Obi as presidential candidate and Kwankwaso as vice presidential candidate, that ticket cannot secure 1 million votes in Kano. Cannot. And time will come, we'll see.
All right. We have plenty.
No, I just wanted to. So you said there are a lot of unproductive people in Kano too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. Yeah.
Well, the
Don't you see
permutations
how
will
they are going
continue.
about attending
The permutations will
rallies?
continue.
And they have a
And I
governor
think
that's
the
not going to solve the
debates will
problem of not being
continue.
productive.
So,
let me just
thank you.
explain.
Yes.
What they said,
Just
5 million
5 seconds.
support, 5 million people gathered in Kwankwaso's residence. I've known that place. It's not, the capacity of the place is not for more than 2,000 people. Just 2,000 people, but you say 5 million. So even with that, you cannot say, yes, you cannot say this 5 million is equivalent to a state, entire state. There are so many states with a 5 million population. So you cannot gather 5 million people at a particular destination. The biggest public space in Kano is Sani Abacha Stadium. It has the capacity of 16,000 people.
Okay. Well,
we have heard it all. The young man was sent because
APC
for me, I don't buy this fish. He's trying
ahead
to.
of Thursday's
All these things
governorship
he's cooking,
primaries.
I don't buy it. Why I don't buy it is because, yes, Kwankwasian, who owns Kwankwasian is Kwankwaso. That's why it's named after him. You can't tell me now that obedience, just like Peter of Nigeria will say that if you tell Christians to change the name of Christians to remove it from Christ, then what are they practicing? So the Kwankwasians are Kwankwaso people, and by the virtue of them answering Kwankwasians, you will tell me now they are not following Kwankwaso. So this young man that just finished is being doctored, is being carried, he's working for somebody somewhere. He's not speaking with his normal sense. So let us just listen to this very one again.
Resistance to consensus arrangements has intensified in at least 10 states.
Yes, we are talking
Several-
about this PDP. You know, the INEC have shifted the dates, as in there is no longer deadline for migrating. You can just move into any party you like today and start contesting today. And that was what they did in electoral reform. So some people are of the point that they did this thing for Peter Obi, since Peter Obi have jumped and passed, so there's no need for it again.
Rejected pressure to step down and insisted on contesting and testing their popularity. The growing pushback comes despite efforts by party leaders and governors in many states to
I thought they
streamline the
were accusing Peter Obi of not doing primaries, of jumping and passing. Then why did they bring consensus? They brought consensus and they are attacking Peter Obi for trying to arrive at a consensus. These people are just douchebags.
Through endorsements, negotiations, and consensus agreements aimed at avoiding divisive contest ahead of the 2027 general election. Now, incumbent governors in several APC-controlled states have successfully secured consensus backing from second-term ticket secession battles in such as Kwara, Gombe, Oyo, Adamawa, Bauchi, Plateau, Lagos, Nasarawa, Rivers, and Yobe remains fiercely contested. The APC had fixed the cost of its governorship expression of interest form at 10 million naira and nomination form at 40 million. According to findings, the ruling party generated about 5.05 billion naira for the sale of forms to 101 governorship aspirants nationwide. Now, despite growing internal resistance in some chapters, no fewer than 11 governors and sole aspirants have already secured overwhelming backings from party structures. Now, among those who emerged as consensus candidates are governors Sheriff Oborevori of Delta, Abba Yusuf of Kanu, Peter Mba of Enugu, Omar Nemadi of Jigawa, Diko Rada of Katsina, Nasiru Idris of Kebbi, and we have Governor of Sokoto, Zamfara, Naija, Akwa Ibom, and Ebonyi State, all emerging as consensus candidates. Now, party leaders in those states describe the arrangement as strategic moves to preserve internal stability and avoid unnecessary factional crisis. But, well, the crisis continues. The people are party faithfuls are fighting against this in favor of the contestants they believe in, and they want to emerge as the flag bearer for different positions. Consensus efforts have suffered major setback in so many states. In Kwara State, where 15 aspirants are preparing to confront Governor Abdurrahman Abdurrazak's preferred candidate, Ambassador Yahaya Seriki. These are some of the things that are happening right now in APC. In Rivers State, over 60 allies of Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara have been disqualified by APC. These and so many other things we'll be talking about today on Matters on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. You can call me Solo. You can call me Mr. Solo. You can call me Souls. You can call me Mr. Souls.
By without having been there in absentia, we have not seen any rebuttal of that. And
which is another thing we're going to look
at. Even before the clearance of Jonathan, we heard that one Sandy
Ono from Cross River State
is now the presidential
flag bearer
of the weekend. So, and I've been asking, so is PDP going to present two presidential candidates?
Maybe three.
Maybe three, with Sheyi Makinde, with one leg in the APM. So as a matter of fact, the problems in, should I use the problem? If you use the word problem, it cuts across board, but it's a primary thing. In terms of crisis-free political party, I think the only one now, or the two that are crisis-free, are the APC and the NDC.
So you don't consider what's going on in APC chaotic and crisis?
It's primary. It's everywhere.
Internal combustion.
Internal combustion.
That's what combustion.
There is an internal thing. It's an internal thing, and it happens in all the political parties.
Yes. Okay.
You know, at some point in the conduct of primaries. As a matter of fact, I've heard some people say, well, in this ADC, you know, it looks like there won't be internal democracy because the word consensus that was smuggled into our electoral balance is causing a lot of problems.
It is.
You know, people are saying, what is consensus? And so we had a debate the other day. Consensus, does it necessarily mean majority? And the answer is no. Consensus is that everybody has to buy in. It's not about a few or more. It has to be, everybody has to buy in. And so when you see some people, you know, say, well, we are like in Ogun State now. Benga Daniels is saying, oh, well, I don't believe in what you call the consensus. But I also heard that he has said, well, enough of all this. If Dabo wants to go, let him go.
There's something in Lagos. I just announced that he has stepped down.
He has stepped down. And so, Solomon, in terms of combustion, I understand the angle that you are coming from. The fact that about 70 members of the APC returning, people that has members that want to return, lost the primaries. And so it becomes a problem because the impression we have now is that people cannot leave their parties because they have submitted the party register, the GDC register to INEC, and so cannot at this point
defect to other political parties.
So that might actually be the problem within the APC now.
It's
And
going
they
to
have
be a
tried
huge
to change it now. They have rectified it now. Imagine.
Threatening well, if we can't leave,
We are expected to see some anti-party
we are going to
activities
stay here
and cause chaos.
And cause chaos. So that is where the word chaos comes in. But in terms of having to select candidates, I mean, ADC is also having, Amechi is saying, it's either me or nobody. Hayatuddin is saying, it's either me or nobody, just like Atiku Abubakar is saying. And in Labour Party, Abure says, Alex Oti, we are not even going to give you the ticket. And Alex Oti says, you are not even in the position to give me ticket. So until we have all of these problems sorted out, the problem with the APC is that it might be broader because they are the ruling power, they are the ruling party. And a lot of people who even defected and were promised tickets didn't get those tickets. And they are like, oh, you lured us into this lion's den. And it looks like you've thrown us under the bus. And so that might be the problem for the APC if they are unable to resolve all of that.
I'm not sure how quick they can resolve that. Let's say your view, sir.
You see, politics is so dynamic that, and politicians.
Now it is looking dynamic now. Before now, it was looking more like a one-way traffic. Now the dynamism is beginning to shape up.
When I woke up this morning, I went through my phone and I saw the video of where I just said the man from Badagry was stepping down. He said a few days ago he got a call as early as 6 a.m. and lo and behold, it was Tinubu himself calling him. He said SMA Gold. He said that one melted his heart, and after a short discussion, he agreed. But you see, one funny thing about that video, the cameraman panned to the crowd he was addressing and come and see sorrow, anguish in the faces of
among his supporters.
And that tells me something, that would this man be able to convince? He only reported back. That picture has not shown me that he has been able to convince them on the need. Because when he said we are going to collapse our structure and work for Amzat, 3 women just at the pan were actually crying. They were sobbing. So it was like they have sold their hearts to
that
candidacy. And so it could also be the same pattern across states.
Yeah.
Now, when you have such dissenting collective against imposition by those who are the leaders
party
of the
leadership,
party, the question now is, if I can't opt out, then I will fight within. An enemy within is always more dangerous than an enemy without.
Exactly.
You recall that Saraki, Lamido, and the rest of them, they didn't leave PDP, and they fought Jonathan within PDP.
The NPDP.
No, within PDP. But they never left the party. But they were internal saboteurs. And it was one of the reasons why Jonathan couldn't muster that strength to go the whole hog during that election. Because I expected that if somebody like Saraki, Lamido in Jigawa,
and Amechi
and all that, if they had held on to PDP as party men, maybe the way APC had a run may not have happened. So that is the area where the leadership of APC would have to show concern, and they need to mend fences.
Now, let's start with what led up to this situation. I mean, it was a party when a lot of these defections was happening. A lot of these people were defecting into APC. One would be tempted to ask, what was the arrangement? We know, we're not naive as to not know that these defections had different reasons. Some of them, it was cover, against the EFCC and ICPC. But there may be a good number of them that thought with the chaos in this other political party, APC is the best chance for them to advance politically. But with this going on, what do you think happened behind the scene in the course of the defection?
What happened behind the scene, Some of them were, as a matter of fact, twisted into joining the APC. people like Ifeanyi Okowa, governor of Delta State, former governor of Delta State, because since he joined APC, that 1.3 billion naira belonging to Delta trillion naira, that they were looking for, nobody has made mention of it anymore. And so he's gone there, and
the party has provided cover for him.
But he got a ticket. And so some people, like Dauda Lawal of Zamfara State, said, well, the reason I am moving, probably he used it as a cover too, to say, some of my brother governors got 500 billion naira for just joining the APC. And I didn't get that. I mean, it was on the This Day newspaper. I read it. And I didn't get that. So I have to align to the center. Let me move. Peter Mba said, we need to take the southeast to the center. And so he aligned. Who again? Oboriweri said he was aligning. Umo Eno said, well, I need to align, but then even if I don't align, I've done a lot for my people. But I'm worried that because of the crisis in the PDP, and if the crisis continues, and we get to the point where someone goes to court and says the person that signed your nomination form is not the authorized
example
signatory. What does that mean to me? That means all the good work we have done in the past 3-4 years lost. And so he said, it is better for me to go to the APC that looks like the only ship at that point, you know, that was sailing on a safe ground, safe coast and all of that. So he joined. And so a lot of them joined. So you can see many tracks. Some were twisted. If you your sins are forgiven. Like Dauda Lawal said, let me go and be part of the 500 billion naira, you know, so that I can use it to develop my state. And others said because of the problem in the PDP. And now you see that combustion now, because how many people do you have? You have just 36 slots as governors. How many people want to be governors?
101.
I mean governors.
Yes, now.
That
101 bought form
for 36 slots.
And
probably 32, 33.
Now there are two factions here: the ones that were in APC right from time, and then the ones that are defecting into the APC. All of them the same political ambition.
And so, for somebody like Sim Fubara, you say you have cleared him. You cleared other aspirants in the party, so he's not the sole candidate for Rivers Goba, but you don't clear
all his supporters and his allies.
So how is he going to run the race?
No, he will run the race. How? You know what they want to do to Fubara.
Okay.
Fubara will run. They will give Fubara the ticket.
No. Just
you get the ticket.
Just to align what they are saying, Fubara has been dropped. He has been dropped, and anyway, let's go.
GNPP.
No, it wasn't GMPP. GMPP was Waziri Ibrahim. Balarabe Musa was of the Kano had one state. Balarabe Musa
is Kaduna.
It's Kaduna, so it was MPN. It was MPN.
Okay, maybe it was MPN, and MPN. The majority was GNPP. I'm not sure now.
Okay.
Or PRP. But the point is, they were in opposing parties. Balarabe Musa won. Legislators also had their victory in their various parties. But instead of probably using this game, you just espoused without getting cover from Fubara. He didn't do that. He assumed that the legislators can do their own. I can do my own.
And then he wanted to play democracy. He wanted to play democracy.
In a shark invested water like Nigeria.
So that is the mistake that Fubara will not make. The moment he gets ticket, the moment he contests,
and you think it will be easy for him to solidify?
Was told to resign by the governor. He was SSG to the government. He resigned, and he has an ace. He was like compensating his father for his role, Pa Ruben Fashionati, who was 100 years old last week. So what they did was, they said nobody was ready to step down for the other. They said, okay, go to primaries. And what happened? They went to primary. The first one on Saturday was stalemated. There were gunshots, violence, and all that. But by the time they came back on Monday, Fashion's son emerged, dusted the incumbent who wanted to return, and one other person. Now, in that case, the incumbent didn't say a word, even when he knew that there was injustice. For him not to say anything, you should know that there had been meeting behind the scene to assuage him and tell him that all is not lost. Do you understand? And one thing about politicians is once they know there is not going to be total loss, because now you are torn between becoming cantankerous and losing outrightly, or accepting and then we'll look for something else. I recall, I usually joke with my friend that Adedibu, when he was alive, if you come to him today and you bring 50 million naira, you want to be governor, he will take, distribute and tell everybody. Then shortly after you leave, somebody comes and brings 150 million naira. He will quickly call you and say, now this governorship is no longer
available.
Possible. So would you mind seeing it? On and on like that. Eventually, that person that came first to want to contest as governor may end up becoming member House of Assembly, depending on the value you are bringing to him as a person. So some of these people, if you lose governorship, don't worry. Chairman of a board will be available to you. And if you now say no,
will that satisfy all of them? Because the list is
no,
long
I'm
and
not,
the position is quite few.
What is likely to happen? But the problem is, how can you even trust somebody who assured you that you are going to be the next governor of the state, and then he sits back and watch you lose that ticket, and now he's now promising you another one, which is not binding by law. There was no written agreement. How would you trust that person?
How will you trust that person?
Eh?
Yes.
So it becomes a problem. So the problem will linger. But the muzzle of those who want to create that problem versus the muzzle of the person that wants to ensure that there is no problem.
Yeah, which is my next topic for discussion, because how far this problem will go will most likely depend on the president, Bola Tinubu.
And beyond the president too. Now, there's a new twist in all of this.
Okay.
Before now, we have seen a pattern where somebody says, probably the governor says, okay, like in my state, there are 8 federal constituencies. And the governor says, because they all belong to the same party, the governor says, you are going, you are going, you are going. And he doles out money, to buy forms for these people and all of that. But we have a situation where people on their own, people who probably are stable, people that are well made, dole out their own monies to buy forms. And you are coming to tell them
that you should step down.
They say, excuse you, Mr. Governor. They will look at him in the face. No, I'm not going to do that. And so that is another problem. That, because we had a system before where someone was in charge. Over time, in the past 15, 16 years, we have seen that. Someone says this and this and this and. But we have a new crop of people, money bags, by the way, businessmen, that jumped into the fray on their own volition, on their own accord. They say, I want to do this.
They already have the financial muscles.
They're not likely to be another person's lucky.
Yes.
They already have the financial muscle. All they need is one official position to give them some power.
Exactly. And so we have that class now, that crop. And so it is also going to alter the equation and how all of that will pan out. But like Dele said, the whole thing will depend on the internal dynamics, the internal mechanisms within the party, Of course.
And who is going to be in charge of that internal mechanism and dynamic?
Now, the person that will in charge overall will be the president. But the big question now, or the bigger question, is that in all the 36 states of the federation, will the president be able to put calls?
Exactly.
So he will now
which is what I wanted us to talk about.
He will now have to delegate people. And in the process of delegation, one thing is that the feathers of the APC will be ruffled.
Definitely.
But at
how far?
At what level? At what level?
Is what we'll be waiting to see.
It's like what my boss used to say. Well, Nelly cannot kill a bird, but he can remove some of the feathers. He can remove some of the feathers. So How many feathers of the APC will be removed in the process should be the question on the table now. But ask for there being some kind of, the centripetal and centrifugal forces pulling in this election. It is going to happen to the APC.
Because before now, lots of persons have come out to complain that when the expression of interest and nomination form came out, a lot of aspirants came out to complain that they can't buy the form because these governors have columbied the form, giving it to their cronies and consensus. We know former Cross River State Governor Ben Ayade came out to cry out. Former Inspector General of Police Mohammed came out to cry out, and so many other persons came out to cry that we're looking for this form, we can't get it. Do you think, besides the president, these governors have the power to shape these dynamics that will determine how far this ruffling of the feather will go ahead to 2027 elections? How strong can this governor maintain this dynamics besides the president?
For me, it's neither here nor there. Some governors are powerful. Some
governors are more powerful than others.
The others. And it also depends on those people. Like my friend said, some are money bags. They cannot be controlled. They are not looking for the crumbs. They want to be on this driver's seat. People like that, it will take a very hard horse trading mechanism to tow them and bring them back to the fold. But some, like when Makinde, the governor of Oyo State, traded some senators, senatorial candidates of PDP and House of Reps candidates for PDP, majority of them were struggling people. So they managed to get form. Some were formed for purchased by godfathers that have been in politics and all that and all. Now, when they lost, when they were traded for the candidacy of the then presidential candidate of APC, Oyo State is PDP state. So there was an uproar. All of them lost. Just because, it's a bandwagon thing. Same day, Senate, Reps, presidency. So it was a bandwagon thing. So all of them lost. And there was a rumble. That rumble was on for about a week or two. But the moment I was in Ibadan that weekend, the moment I saw Wike with his private jet at the airport, I knew that all is well. And as soon as Wike came, I don't know what transpired and left. Till today, none of them raised any eyebrow. So, some states will be like that. But some states where I have over 20 billion and I want to take this shot, not for the money, but I just want to be
to get some political recognition and power.
That kind of person, it will be very difficult
to rein him in.
So that's why I said some governors may have their way, then some governors may not find it easy.
And another angle to it is the fact that for the governors who are returning, it will be a tougher call for them.
Okay.
To rein in everybody.
Than the states where they are fresh candidates.
No, than the states where the governors are.
As in the governor he has nothing to
and
lose
the governor
anymore.
is interested in going to Senate.
Yes.
And so the moment he secures his own senatorial ticket, if you people want to kill yourselves, kill yourselves. But for the governor whose success is dependent on the success of the senatorial and House of Representatives and House of Assembly elections, it will be a bigger work for him to say, gentlemen, come, how do we work together to ensure that the party doesn't lose out completely? Somebody like Dapo Abiodun, who is doing is completing his second term, and he was also eyeing the Senate. And he cares less. He should care less because if he ensures that Ogun East,
he will still be in the saddle when the election will be holding in January.
And so where he will be like, well, if you people can't agree now, let us see how it was, because he's holding his own ticket close to his chest, and that is all he cares. And so for governors, that are returnee governors, it might be a lot more difficult for them. But for those of them that are just completing their second term, they'll care less.
Now, these statements went viral some weeks ago. ADC will bleed. But this time it looks like it is APC that will do the bleeding. So do we expect to see anti-party activities, just like what happened with PDP and APC, obviously from the disgruntled APC people that can't leave?
That's what we have been talking about.
No, I'm talking about how deep, like the one of PDP, it definitely destroyed the chance of Atiku with the G5 governor. How deep do you think these anti-party activities will go in terms of affecting the APC in the 2027? That's what I'm talking about.
The PDP crisis, we had one in 2015. We had one in 2023.
Yes.
The one of 2015, the NPDP, Amechi, Sule Lamide, and co. Then the one of 2023, Ugwani, Wike,
the G5.
The G5 and all of them, And so, in both instances, the PDP was affected as a political party.
Definitely.
It ties to what we have been saying, that it depends on how the APC is able to manage this internal cohesion, the problem.
Which is not exactly straightforward from what both of you have said.
Which is not exactly straightforward.
That's why we have different scenarios.
Yes.
It's not a one quick fix.
It's not, not one drug cures all. So it depends on the power of the president, who is the national leader of the party, to say, okay, the governors, Progressive Governors Forum, which, by the way, is having problems now. And so if they are having problems at that level, it might run deeper for them. Now,
the reason why I'm hammering on things, because I've heard one or two persons say, well, they have the master strategist there, Bola Tinubu, as far as because one of the advantage for a while that we think APC had compared to the, let's say, ADC, for example, despite all the big heads, despite all the political heavyweights in APC, they are all answerable to a bigger heavyweight in the person of President Bola Tinubu. So with that, some political analysts saw little friction compared to what was happening like in ADC, where you have Atiku, Peter Obi, and obviously before Peter Obi defected, and all these big heavyweights, all ambitious. There was that one person they were all answerable to. Obviously, the bigger political achieving personnel there was Atiku, but these other people had as much ambition as ADC, which eventually destroyed the ADC.
I think the difference here is that in this case, the president has power.
Yeah, but
he has the authority of office, power of incumbency, which Atiku didn't have. Atiku at
any other person in the
ADC. Atiku couldn't call in Obi and say, well, guy, let's do this thing. Or call Amechi took him to the cleaners the other day. Atiku Abubakar.
And it's too old.
But nobody can do that to Tinubu in the APC. And so
he still holds the reins of power.
Power of incumbency. So the two scenarios are different. And so coming back to the APC, it still goes back to the president is a master strategist. But this is the best time to test that resolve. Whether he has that capacity to say,
let's say if his master strategist position will work this time around. What about the power of incumbency that you guys have measured? You don't think that will go a long way?
The power of incumbency over the governors?
Over the governors any other disgruntled, every other disgruntled APC element.
So we go back to the issue of people that have their money. They didn't come into the party with the government money. They have their own money.
Okay,
look at
that's the caveat there.
Yeah, that's the caveat. And so look at how the president just put a call through to Ajose in Lagos State here. And the man says, well, the president has... Ebo has spoken, the leader has spoken, like they say, Baba Sokwe, our father has said, and so let it be.
Jagaban, the Jagaban has spoken.
But somebody that made his money somewhere, very clean, away from government, how would the president call that person and say, hey, you need to queue behind?
At that point, there'll have to be a renegotiation. Maybe I'll give you a minister for something if you step down.
In a place like Delta State, how would the president be able to appease somebody like
Nedunwoku? How much would the president give him?
In other words, there will be a ministerial position.
Does Ned want to be a minister?
Well, that's the
Ned wants to be a governor.
You understand? That's just a promise. It's not binding.
It's not binding.
Binding on the president.
Wow. Well, it's been
Some of
interesting.
them defected because they were promised.
Wow.
Now the promise is not coming to fruition.
And you are giving another promise.
Would you now promise that person another promise that he will want to rely on your promise?
So it's also going to test the president's credibility before these people.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Of course, we're here to say, I know you guys are looking at time. You guys will soon be running to the TV. But before that, now, this would have been good news if the opposition political parties, have their thing together. Unfortunately, like you guys pointedly mentioned, the opposition political parties are even much more in a mess than APC. But still, is there room for one or two political parties to take advantage of this disaster in APC? ADC, NDC, for instance? Because right now, there is no room for defection. Do you think those APC, disgruntled APC member would secretly work for some of these political parties behind the scene?
Is there any secrecy? Yes. But the point is, like you rightly pointed out, it would have been a very good harvest for the opposition. But unfortunately, the opposition is in disarray as we speak. Now, people are jumping into the fray. Jonathan is coming. Makinde has come.
Which is another the Jonathan situation is another huge curveball.
That man from South that picked the ticket of
Sandy Ono cross River State.
He's also joining the fray. Ayatu is joining the fray, and Amici is saying no, we don't go agree.
It's chaotic, really.
The only stable political party now, if they are able to tame that monster that is growing within NDC, is the only party.
For now, they are very quiet. They are they are still trying to find their feet.
I expect that before that guy grows into a big monster, that they will not be able to take.
Which guy are you talking about? Ado. Dr. Omar Ado. Okay.
If he's tamed within the party, and he says he was withdrawing this case, that is the only party that is looking too sure to face
ADC.
You know what will happen? Okay. You know what will happen? As it stands now, I think we have practically 4 political parties.
Yes.
By my assessment.
Yes.
The APC, the NDC, the ADC, and the PDP. I don't count Labour Party.
No.
I don't count SDP. I don't count all of them.
That is brutal.
And so what will happen is that for the PDP will be split into 2.
The PDP is even much more chaotic.
One for the president. That is the Wike
faction.
Of it. The other one, I don't know who they will align with. Now,
I think they say they are now aligning with PRP.
APM.
APM rather, yes.
No, what I mean by that is I don't even know where she
We're
is
talking
now.
about strong
party structure.
That you want to align with, or you want to align with the APC.
So if peradventure, ADC is on the ballot, because as it is now,
they are not likely.
No, I'm not using that word likely. Nobody is sure if they will be on the ballot, because they have, today is what, the 19th? Today is
20.
Today is 20th.
Yes.
Okay, today is 20th. So they have 11 days, to conduct their primaries, which they are doing and all of that. But they also have
rush of litigations
in the court.
Hmm.
And so if ADC happens to be on the ballot, it will be a bigger problem for the opposition. If ADC perhaps is not on the ballot, they will go back to that Ibadan declaration where they said we might support one presidential candidate. And so with a lot
that is if there's a caveat. That is if ab initio Atiku is not working for APC.
No, even if he's okay, so he will now take his own chunk of the
ADC supporters
back to
APC.
Okay, so that means that
you can't rule out anything.
You can't rule it out. So that means that ADC will also be split.
Yes.
Okay, so at the end of the day, you have ADC split, PDP split, APC and NDC. Right?
Yes.
Then no Labour Party. Because Labour Party, they are neither here
nor there.
I don't even, the moment the obedient movement moved from Labour Party, the Labour Party became like
what about the Goodluck Jonathan curveball of this whole situation? How do you think that will play out?
Jonathan Goodluck will not run.
He will
Goodluck Jonathan.
Well, the
Yes,
fact that
Goodluck
he's
Jonathan will
not
not
coming
run.
out to deny or affirm is
That-
causing
that
a
has
whole
always been
lot
his
of
way.
That's
chaos.
his own ace.
That has
That's
always
his
been
card.
his ways.
That's his card.
You
You
understand?
will not run.
What's the people that are promoting Jonathan?
There's-
They are just promoting him in case something happen, and those behind him feel that he can quickly fill the vacuum.
I'm still
Because,
trying to see
you see,
even
the
how
only
that will
thing-
happen. Will he
the only
contest
thing I
under the
can
Wike
lay
faction?
my
or-
hands on Jonathan coming to the fray is the fact that are they sure that if Kwakwanso and Obi win this election, would they be ready to exit in 4 years? But it is very sure that if Jonathan wins, he is duty bound, constitutionally bound to live in 4 years. Maybe that's why they are bringing Jonathan. And so maybe they are still working and finding out how best to extract commitments that would not be assailable from Peter Obi Kwakwanso's.
Now, talking about Jonathan's win, I don't know where those votes will come from.
I'm still trying
South
to.
will not vote for Jonathan. Disappointed them. The Southeast will not vote for Jonathan. Of course, the Southwest will not vote for him because their own son is on the ballot. Southeast will not vote for him. Their own son, credible one by their assessment, is on the ballot. There will be a certain Southeasterner that will be on the ballot, and they will rather vote for Jonathan than vote for him. Right? But as it is now with Peter Obi on the ballot, the Southeast will not vote for Jonathan. The South is even more offended by Jonathan, than any other person. So they won't vote for him, despite the fact that he's from South.
But whatever the situation, he will be a spoiler to the opposition political parties.
No, he will not. That's what I'm saying. So where will his votes come from? He's going to spoil something for a candidate that comes from the North. Because apparently it is the North that is pushing him now because of a guarantee of a single term. And so which part of the North would that be? The Northwest, where Kwakwanso comes from. Kwakwanso that is already positioning himself for presidency in 2031.
And that may be may be a tall order, because they may also have their own candidate different for Kwakwanso for 31.
But if Kwakwanso happens to be vice president between 27 and 2031, I'm not sure any Northerner will come from somewhere and snatch that ticket from him. And so they will have to. So Jonathan, is he going to struggle with votes with Atiku Abubakar in the Northeast? Jonathan is, if he steps into the election, he'll be embarrassed. He won't win.
And you guys don't think he's going to be a spoiler for the opposition political parties?
I just-
Because
so-
because it's let's even if he's Bielsa, I'm not expecting
How many
Bielsa
people are
not
in
to vote.
Bielsa? Bielsa will not vote for him. What did he do for them?
It's
He
You
true.
think so?
What? He just built
Do you
Naija Delta
agree?
University for him.
No. You see, election dynamics is not like the way you are looking at it.
No, you need to speak to people from Bielsa.
You are putting everybody in Bielsa in one corner and looking at them as, okay, because it didn't do. There are some dynamics beyond.
Okay, now let's look
Tribal
at the dynamics.
tribal recognition
what
is
is
one
the
thing.
voting strength of Bielsa State?
And that's the area I expected that.
No,
you
even in Bielsa, people are angry with Jonathan. That's what I'm saying.
Even the South that you say they are angry, if they feel that this is another opportunity to also have a shot, maybe this man has repented.
Or another opportunity to waste their votes.
No, I say another opportunity that, you see, sometimes some of these people in their local communities, they are not looking at all the statistics we are reeling out to.
He's our brother. He's from our state.
He's from our state.
Sometimes they do.
Let me tell you,
Sometimes
the last election, you know why I was not sad that we lost the election. Jagede, I was rooting for Jagede in Ondo State as governor. Akeredolu was there as incumbent and all that. Did you know that my majority of my people in that those three local governments, Akure South, Akure North, and the federal local government, we almost equated those three local governments as the entire state. And because everywhere we went, they were just saying, no, it is either Jagede. But I didn't lose sight of other 15 local governments. Yes. And when the election came, we won in those three local governments, landslide. But the result from our local government almost negated what we felt we won in these two local governments. And so, down the line, the other 15 local governments, Akeredolu cleared. So, sometimes these people, they will just say, as if he wins in South, our brother is coming back. They may just forget about those things that you are
because he's the same thing that is happening with APC and Bola Tinubu. Despite all the criticism, you have a good number of people from the southwest. Before that is our brother. We don't care if we are going hungry. It's our brother that is
because
there.
he's doing good for them. He is doing good for Southwest.
Really?
Yes.
that's not what I'm hearing.
Doing good for Southwest.
I don't know where you're hearing that because
in terms of infrastructure. He's building the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway that cuts across how many southwest states? The Badagry-Sokoto Highway cuts across how many southwest states? Look at the gas master plan. Look at the rail master plan.
All those elephant projects that we
one
don't
is
know.
elephant?
That
Which
we
one
don't
is
know.
elephant?
White elephant project.
It's not elephant.
It's not. It's been put on ground. Look at the revamping of the port, the tin can port, and all of that. Look at the movement of CBN branches and MPA from Abuja to. They are satisfied with him because he's laying down infrastructure for them. Now, the Southerner is mortally angry with Jonathan. Look at the East-West Road that cuts from Edo State up until your state Cross River. What did he do? It was on that road that his mother-in-law died as a result of a pothole. The vehicle got into a pothole, somersaulted, and the mother-in-law died. The woman that adopted Patience Jonathan, they have never forgiven him for that. And so Wike is in River State doing his thing for the president. And you think that he will allow people in River State, hook or crook, you know what I mean, to vote for Jonathan? Man, no.
Well, I mean,
Delta State, the people in Delta are angry.
There's so many political gymnastics going on here. My head is on fire, but I have to let you guys go. Mr. Dele Falomo, Mr. Chukwuma Okoro, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure talking to you guys. Let me allow you guys go to your TV and do your thing. Thank you very much for your time. Years of experience.
So that is the analysis. Actually, I like this analysis.
Good evening, viewers, and welcome to Daily Politics.
They are calm and they were not under pressure at all. They were so professional. They were calm. They did not. I don't know how to put it. Everything was just normal in this. How will I put it? Submission. So now we are going to listen to Amechi, that famous interview that he gave that set the internet ablaze, where he took a jab at Atiku, took a jab at Obi, then presented himself as the only one capable to liberate Nigeria. So let's listen to Amechi give his sermon.
Trust TV, I am Hamza Idris. And the 2027 election, we have His Excellency, former Rivers State Governor, in the studio. Welcome to our studio.
Thank you very much, Hamza. How are you?
We are good. Ordinarily, I should start by asking, why do you want to be president? But I'm tempted to have your take on two significant issues today. Number one, since last week, students and teachers, head teachers, were picked in Oyo State. Also in Borno, school was attacked. Children as young as 5, 6 have been picked by terrorists, bandits, or whatever we call them. Are you worried?
That would be the best question to ask. There's no Nigerian who won't be worried. No Nigerian. No, not too many people can, not even me, not even those with security can drive from here to Kano. A member of ADC who was to contest for House of Reps also was kidnapped on his way from Kano to Abuja just immediately after Kaduna. It's not safe, and the president doesn't just care. He doesn't just give a damn.
Is it the president only or the political class, including your humble self?
No, you can't. I was governor of Rivers State. Don't just include me. I was governor of Rivers State. By the time I came into Rivers State, it was not a place anybody could. It was inhabitable. People were scared. People couldn't go out at night. Nigerian Rivers men could only go home after work. 6 p.m. you're at home. I had to let them free. How did I do that? I engaged intelligence team. I put them in place. Give us intelligence. I got the military trained. I got the president to approve more equipment, helicopter gunboats and all that. I improved on the economy because no matter what you do, if there's no economic improvement, bandits will continue to come out. So we built about nearly 350 health centers, over nearly between 400 and 500 primary schools. In every village there was primary school. So you saw construction going, everybody was working. Now, as that was going on, we were building local roads. Every part of River State there were activity.
Are you saying during your time no militancy?
They were there, but you had to eradicate them. They were eliminated. You can't kidnap children when I was governor and I let you go. If for Christ's sake, I won't let you go. I won't sleep.
No children were kidnapped
in my time. Nobody.
Why is it happening now?
First, the economy is down and out. There's no employment. Nobody's been employed. Only one family and his it's like I live about the 40 thieves. So what you have is that people are hungry, people are dying. On the streets, people are just dropping dead.
Our concern is today, because this thing happened especially in Oyo, but today, heart-rending videos. A teacher slaughtered, beheaded.
I'm telling you, not under my watch. When I was governor, those guys won't go free. 3-4 days, we have arrested them. 3-4 days, I'm not joking.
But where is the missing link? Because when you Google now, say, okay, party primaries, is it your party, ADC, is it the APC, is it PDP or whatever, and then on the other side you Google school abductions. You will realize that the stories around the primaries you are having in your parties, night meetings and all that will dwarf.
That's what. No, it's not. It's not dwarfing it. Nigerians are tired. Nigerians don't want to read again. They're tired of hearing, listening, or reading of this. Because if just watch out, in the next 1 week, nothing will happen somewhere in the country.
People will move on.
You know what is culture? The normal activities of a people. So, like people say, corruption is now part of our culture. It's because for every day people steal. In fact, in this government, people are now bold enough to before in the past, when they steal money, you hide it. Now they steal and build hotels, build anything, buy cars, do investments with the money.
Under this government?
Yes.
And it didn't happen under your government when you ran the government with Buhari?
No, I wouldn't have people. So some people have stolen. But
we have many of your colleagues now facing
I'm not saying,
challenges.
I don't know about that.
And charges.
I don't know about that. I don't know. Because there's a difference between political witch hunting and actual crime. Okay. So if you are witch hunting people, for instance, okay, so tell me what you have kept Malam El-Rufai in prison.
Okay, is there a nexus? Because we are worried, especially here, this house. We are worried abduction of children from schools. This has been happening since 2014 or whatever. Now, is it that the elite have evacuated their children from these schools, so they have left the poor?
Oh yes. So there is a class division. The poor will attend private government schools, which government does not care about, by the way. No teachers, no infrastructure, no nothing, no education system. And then private schools are being opened every day for children of the rich and government officials. So what are you going to do? You produce more bandits coming out from these schools because they're not well educated. They don't understand what you're talking about. Some are even in some places are taught in their native language. So if you want to train that person, now you send the person to London. What will you be talking to the white man? Speak outside Equatorial, Igbo, or Yoruba. He just does. Look, I continue to say to Nigerians, the problem is not President Tinubu. Nigerians are the problem. These things can happen in South Africa.
What will happen there?
I don't know. They fought.
Okay. Now let's talk about before we go into the main topic of today. The conditions set up for El-Rufai to go home for bail. I mean, he needs to get first-class emir from his state, 100 million, all his passports, someone with house in Asokoro, to mention. What is your take on that?
There's something they omitted.
Okay.
His late father and mother. Should excavate them and bring their body to to show that he will not escape.
Hey.
It shows the level of your frustration, probably.
Exactly.
Why are they doing that?
Because the government is using those institutions to sustain themselves in power. But you know what? Unfortunately, a lot of ethnic politics, a lot of religious politics appear to be going on. The day Nigerians rise, and I've said it several times, the day Nigerians rise, the rich thieves will be on the run.
Who are the thieves?
I don't know. I say the rich thieves. So one day you see them.
Are you not rich to be classified among the...
Please tell me where the money is so I can go and take it. Why did I keep my money? If you don't know where I kept my money, tell me, let me go and get it from there.
Will El Rufai finally, go home from what we are seeing?
The fear I have, El Rufai was ill, went to the hospital. I hope he doesn't die in detention. That will spark of what the government cannot manage. The earlier they left him to go home and go to the hospital, the better for everybody.
But you know the charges against him, some in EFCC, ICPC,
no matter the charges,
DSS.
allow him consult his lawyer. Allow him come from home to court. Let him face, we're not saying don't face listen. Let the government prove their case. Let El Rufai defend himself. But taking him away, putting him in jail, in fact, you have already convicted him if he has spent 3 months in jail.
Yeah, 90 days now.
Of course, it's more than 3 months.
Do you think he will get the emir? The emir, he said, I'm from Kaduna.
First, if he's the emir from Kaduna, he'll be afraid of the state governor. These are impossible conditions. But I'm a lawyer. In the wisdom of the judge, this is what conditions that El Rufai must meet. That's what he says. But even though I'm a lawyer and I have no choice but to say that the judge was right. If I think I'm wrong, I have a court of appeal to go to. But again, you ask yourself, would I get justice in the court of appeal? You ask yourself that question. But what matters most is it is important that those conditions are conditions that... Because if you don't set him free, you found him guilty already.
Some believe if he is set free, he will set Kaduna ablaze in terms of political activity.
Well, he has petrol and...
Not that one. I'm being hyperbolic. Probably he has a lot of,
okay, you can see a situation where you have the wives outside the gate waiting to have access to their husband.
It shouldn't be so.
It shouldn't be so. The lawyers can't access, you can see his children.
But you know his propensity
for what?
To alter the norm. I mean, in terms of campaigning, in terms of pushing to have his way.
Okay, so don't you think they are scared? That's the reason why they are scared.
If you were the one, will you not do that, Your Excellency?
No, I will never. I was governor of Rivers State for Christ's sake. I was governor of Rivers State.
But you also tell your adversaries then. You didn't allow them to.
Me? Maybe you don't know my name.
I know you are Mr. Rotimi Amici.
My name is Chibike Rotimi Amici, not Mr. Rotimi Amici. And in all honesty, I believe in the rule of law. Nobody was haunted in my tenure as governor. Nobody. I challenge anybody in or outside government. I'm a very principled man. I stand by my principles, but I will never go after somebody. I believe in the rule of law. I don't brag. I'm in office. So because one day you'll be out of office. You will certainly be out of office one day. You will not die there. I pray to God that none of them die there. And then one day, I usually will give this example. The example I give is, okay, a lot of us thought that, look, Buhari must sign into law and the electoral act that enhances electoral freedom, right? So free and fair election and all that. The act was put before the president to sign. Some people went and said, don't sign. This Russia will hack the result and all that. And the president did not sign. Now these people are shouting, free and fair election, free and fair election. But when it was your turn, why didn't you get the president to sign that?
You were reportedly among the kitchen cabinet of Buhari. You didn't tell him the truth.
I did.
You told him.
I told him. I said, the day this country elites, the day the country elites will become responsible is the day you can ensure that there's a free and fair election. So they know who hires them and who fires them and what time they'll be fired. The reason why the elites of Nigeria are reckless and irresponsible is because the people don't hire them, the people don't fire them. The person that hires them is the man who is at the head of office, at the head of government. And the person who fires them is the same man.
If it were you, it would have been, you will have signed it.
6 months.
Okay, why do you want to be president?
If I become president
yes.
in 2027, 6 months after, you will have electoral reform.
Okay, apart from that, why do you want to be the president of Nigeria? You contested in 2020.
It's easy. Do you like the situation of things now? Can you pay for food? Do you have food to eat? Are your parents safe? If your parents are still alive, are your siblings okay? Can they go to the hospital? Can they drive from Kano to Kaduna or from Kano to Abuja freely? Do they have transportation? Can they pay for power, light? Do they have light? Do they have employment? If the answer to these questions are no, then that's why I want to be president. Because I'll reverse these things. I have enough time to reverse it if elected. I'm young. I'm 60. I'm 60. Among all those who are contesting for now, I've not seen, apart from Showere, if he's still running, the rest are in their 70s and 80s.
And they don't deserve to be there.
No, dementia will set in. That's their doctors.
Every candidate or aspirant to the office of the president or governor will talk about the same thing you say. Okay, are you happy about it? Is there anything different? Because it's like Nigerians are tired.
Okay. What makes the difference between me and them? Yes. All of us have served in the office. I said, can we carry out a referendum on what offices we have held? I was once governor of Rivers State, so compare me with those who have been governor.
I think speaker before then.
Okay, so compare me. When I was speaker, the American embassy came here and chose me among those to see President Clinton. Because Rivers State was number one. I was made to be chairman of Speakers Forum twice. And the speakers still rally around me. I didn't choose to run, but the second time, but they asked me to go. I was chairman of Governors Forum. It took some time for Bukola Saraki to convince me to go and accept to be chairman of Governors Forum. And again, I was the first person to go to be chairman of Governors Forum, I think the second time.
Where were you shy of?
It's not easy to manage your colleagues. It's easy to manage your subordinates. But when you meet your colleagues, they are governors, you're governor, you're not superior to them. You can't just dish instructions. But when eventually I saw that there were challenges in the governors forum that we needed to manage after Bukola left, I accepted to serve as chairman. For Christ's sake, compare the time I was chairman of governors forum to now, you wonder if there are still governors.
Yes, we have governors, 36 of them.
You're sure? By nomenclature, can you compare the time we were governors to now?
What are they doing wrong?
I don't see their presence. Apart from Siren, I don't see their presence. For the first time, I'm criticizing governors. I had sworn I would never criticize the legislature or the governors because I served in those two institutions. But for Christ's sake, the governors forum now, who appointed the chairman of governors forum? The president. In our time, no way. We told President Goodluck Jonathan, no, we must have an election. And we had an election and I defeated the candidate of the president.
You have an insider knowledge as to why they wanted to remove their chairman?
Oh, no, I don't have. I don't want to discuss
that. You didn't bother
I don't want to discuss that. I don't want to.
But you want to be president. Yes. If you don't understand the problem affecting the governors, how will you?
I was chairman of governors forum, so that wouldn't be a problem. I already know what the problems are. First, you must allow governors govern their state. You must give them adequate tools to govern their state, and they must be checked by the law.
Are they now trapped in the villa, in your estimation?
Of course. They're all scared. Of course, they're all scared. In our time, no way. What fear? Because the laws are there, and the courts are there. Now, none of them can approach the court. In our time, we approached the court. Where we thought the federal government was wrong, we said the federal government was wrong, so we went to court.
I don't want to continue blaming what is the situation now. I want to go back to 2013, 2014.
We're not going to ADC.
I will go to that. We are setting the record. We are setting the record. Now you have abandoned ADC. No, we are going to discuss it. You are part of those who led to the formation of APC.
Yes.
We now have APC. Of course, you have abandoned them. Do you have any regret
of setting up APC or abandoning APC?
Setting it and then later abandoning it.
No, stop.
Okay.
I have no regret setting up APC. At that time, there were issues that needed to be resolved. And Nigerians knew there were issues that needed to be resolved. But I have my full respect for the former President Goodluck Jonathan, so I won't want to discuss him. I usually don't discuss people who are bigger than me, and I don't discuss my subordinates. And when I say I don't discuss people who are bigger than me, for a president, for me to discuss a president, then he must have stepped outside the rule.
Has Tinubu stepped outside the rule?
Of course, he's the president of the country. And he governed the country very well. I have a very high respect and regard for President Tinubu, but I don't agree that his country is being governed.
Is that partly why you drop the APC and join?
Of course, that's the reason. That's the main reason. Why would I be shopping for a party?
So what are your chances in ADC now? We have Atiku, who are contested not once, not twice, 3, 4, right? 5.
Why are you doing that now?
Well, for accountability.
Okay, so you want to count how many times? I watched a video by Governor Duke, who said he started contesting in 1992. It's his choice. It's his choice to contest. You see? Okay, so I listened when they said, former vice president said he never failed primary before. I hope this will be the first time he will fail primary. But that's not even the issue. The issue is that at all times that you have passed primary, you have not won election. So it's about electability.
It's not the number of times.
No. It's, can I win this election if you put me before the country vis-a-vis him? Will he be able to win the election? And the answer I get is that he may not be able to win the election if he's put forward. Why?
At Atiku?
Yes, I think so.
Where did he got the answer?
Because he has done against Tinubu before and lost now. That's elementary analysis. Okay, so what new thing do they bring to the table?
What new thing?
I've never run. if nothing else, I can argue that I've never run any presidential election.
But you were defeated at primaries in 2020.
Okay, so maybe when you read my book, you will know what happened. My hands were tied for a very long time. By the time they released my hand, it was too late to confront the structure that was set up, right? But that's not. I don't want to discuss that now. What I want to discuss is that, look, I'm not joking. If you give this country to Vice President Atiku to govern, I believe he will do well. Just as I think Governor Bill will do well. Honestly, two of them will do better than President Tinubu.
Atiku and
they will do better than President Tinubu. Atiku in the first place will not be as tribalistic as Tinubu. What we have produced in most, apart from Baba.
Why are you saying Tinubu is tribalistic?
Anyway, just take the last one now. Ribadu is the National Security Advisor. He puts his townsman there to check the Ribadu. You see, the actual Nigerians I see most times come from the south because we need the country. We want the country to remain as one because we have nowhere to go. You understand that? So we support the south, the north. I was once Minister for Transport. I did the railway to the north. I'm still waiting to see anybody who will say, here is a better northerner than me.
Because you are done a man and Daura?
Apart from the done a man and Daura, the Abuja Kaduna Rail, which was started by President Goodluck Jonathan, I completed it. I started Kano Maradi, Kano Duse, Kano Kaduna, the University in Daura, Dala Inland Dry Port in Kano, the dry port in Kaduna. What else will the Northerners tell me? Show me that somebody will say, yeah, this guy is better than you.
From the south, many will say you want to put spanner in the works of Tinubu, being a southerner, to come out.
I don't believe in ethnic politics. I'm a Nigerian. I listen to this man. I don't want to abuse him because I think I will be bringing myself down to him at his 70-something. I'm not here 70s. He can't watch what he says. I was Senator Adams. Say I'm not I'm not a national candidate. He's been gossiping and talking rubbish. Any day you put him on TV. Let him wait. One day I will confront him.
Confront him now.
No, what I want to.
Probably as someone who led the NLC.
I'm a presidential aspirant.
And former governor or now a senator.
I was his chairman. He's insulting his chairman. I was his chairman.
And you don't want to join issues with him?
At all. I don't want to join issues with him.
But do you believe in zoning?
Do I believe in zoning? The answer is yes and no. Yes, in the sense that the country, for now, is yet to be found as a united entity. So if it's the turn of the South, it's the turn of the South. But Vice President Atiku said he doesn't believe in it. Okay, so let's go to the primary.
But if you go to the primary, you know that Atiku is there, Hayatuddin is there. Don't you think maybe one of them will surrender for the other one and you will be easily defeated?
I wish them luck. You know, let me repeat this. There's a colleague of mine I told, be careful. If Tinubu wins, you go to jail.
He is there now.
I don't know where he's there. But the point is, Tinubu has won, and what I predicted will happen. I went to an elderly man in Buhari's government, and I said to the man, if Tinubu wins, you won't like it. And I saw him suffering. You see where I'm talking to my colleagues and brothers from the north. Let's not play north and south politics. It's not necessary. I don't do it, and I will not do it. I want to copy President Obasanjo. He's a huge nationalist. You may not like him. I have disagreements with President Obasanjo, but he's a Nigerian president. He's not a Yoruba president. I would like to know that I have completed my tenure and I'm called a Nigerian president. So I want to know that that the education infrastructure in the north is not functioning. And I need to build schools, hire teachers, train teachers, start teachers training colleges or anything that will train teachers, employ more teachers, hire more teachers in every part of the country, in the southeast. I want to know that I can address the grievances of the southeasterner. If you don't want them to be in Nigeria, then they don't have to be in Nigeria. If they have to be in Nigeria, then they must be part of Nigeria. They must have a sense of belonging that they are Nigerians. If you don't want them to, if they can't have that sense of belonging, then let them go. Let them go. They are Nigerians. The same with the Yorubas. Everybody must get what he deserves. The same with those of us who are minorities, either minorities in the north or minorities in the south. We should be seen as Nigerians. We should be given a sense of belonging. Whatever positions that any Nigerian can hold, anybody from any part of Nigeria should be allowed to hold that.
But you know, the north is in chain as we speak. The north is bleeding. People in the north are suffering. Thousands of people are in the bushes now. Children.
Okay, so
should be.
Okay, so
how do you think the north? What will you do? I mean, what will you tell the north to trust you?
You know, why did you call me Danamana?
Probably Emir of Daura saw your beautiful face and gave you that.
He didn't even meet me. He met me the day. He met me the day I came for the turbaning.
Maybe you. I don't know. I don't want to
just
say. Probably you reach out to the Emir.
Me, I don't like titles. I don't like titles. In fact, I went to the president and said, Mr. President, I was told by the Emir that you said they should give me a title in Daura. He said, no, he didn't say that. I said, oh, thank God he didn't say that. Then I won't take. I don't like titles. He said, oh, no, you have to take. I said, why? I don't want me to go home after I leave the office. That's why I took it. Even though I don't like titles. But I respect the Emir of Daura. I appreciate the fact that he made me Danamana Daura. What's the implication? That's why I asked you. You've left the implication to begin to ask me unnecessary questions. The implication means that...
It's very, very important. Why do you think the North should trust you?
I'm coming. I said, the Emir of Daura gave me that too because he trusts me and they not trust me. But let's go to why they should trust me. I've asked you this question. Nobody in the North lobbied me to do Kano Maradire. I got a bashing from everybody for doing Kano Maradire. That Kano Maradire eventually passed.
Was it your idea?
No, it was ECOWAS. But the implementation has been there.
You propped it up.
Exactly, and push it on. Fought for the loan facility, and they're working. I'm not from the North. Lekki Deep Sea Port. 11 years before I became minister. 11 years. Not even, listen, by the time I knew it, I heard Governor Sanwo-Olu was claiming that it was their project. I started and completed it. The first seaport in Nigeria. What you have is River Port. That's the first seaport in Nigeria. Started by me, completed. I went to China to sign the agreement. Today I can't even enter the deep sea port. But what you have there, you have a digitalized seaport. You don't have the crowd you have in other seaports. So everything there is digital. Right? Lagos Ibadan, rail line. What's this place to worry? Itape to worry. Apart from the first two towns in Kogi, the rest is in south between the Delta and Edo.
Okay, I have taken this, but as an opposition, you need a platform to galvanize forces to defeat an incumbent, someone who has been fighting to get to where he is today for a very, very long time. It is believed that ADC is fragmented in a way.
Oh, please, can I answer that question? It's the same government that's sponsoring all this. So they are sponsoring, I told you they're using they're using institutions of government to stop the opposition from going to election with the president. If the president is that popular, it's a wonderful strategy. Even my children are grown. I want to say even my 30-year-old children or 20-something-year-old children can apply that strategy of using government institutions, police, army, navy, judiciary, everybody against a party. That's not strategy now. Strategy is capacity to deliver and making people buy into your delivery, I'm voting for you. So what you're doing now is to say to people, you will vote. Don't worry yourself. That's what you're telling them about it. There will be vote.
With the departure of Obi and Kwankwaso, some believe that ADC has been shaken to its roots and it may not likely go far.
I wish them luck. Did you see how many people bought from in ADC? Did you see how many people bought from in ADC? Did you see? Did you go today for the screening of governors? University, eight governorship aspirants.
From Rivers?
Yes, 8. We managed to beg and three agreed to step down.
So
we have 5. Before it's not so.
Probably they are lightweight politicians.
And lightweight will go and borrow 30 million naira and buy from me. Laugh for yourself.
So are you not worried that initially we thought, of course, all of you will now come and do the primaries, including all the other contenders.
Idris.
Yes, I want you to answer this. Now, don't you think you will have been stronger if the likes of Kwankwaso or the Makinde,
because
you have to, because it's time.
No. You see, we're all part of the opposition. You can't be talking against Obi or against
Nigerians. Ask us to ask all of you that we
don't worry about that. If
I have to be worried.
No, don't worry. It's our business. If we think ADC is not strong enough to win, then I won't even be running. I'm sure Vice President Atiku won't be running. He won't want to waste his money. I'm sure President Tinubu won't waste his money to be fighting us. Why is it only ADC is fighting? Have you asked yourself that question? That the president wakes up in the morning and doesn't sleep, and he's worried. He's worried. He's fighting ADC. He's arresting people, ADC members. He arrested Malami. He arrested. In fact, he's worse with what's his name? Malam Erufai. So you ask yourself, if we were that easy to beat, why is he doing this?
It's an allegation up till now.
What allegation is that?
Yes, the president said he has no hands. If he has, you know the.
Is he saying
the anti-corruption agencies? Of course, they list
is he saying
allegations and all that.
You want me to call people in APC that they have abandoned their?
Please do.
No, I don't want to.
Well, probably you will now remind them that okay, Nigerians are watching.
You know, one thing they have always said every time, Amici, you are the next person. They're coming for you. We're here.
Probably you settle with them behind the doors.
Me. It shows that you don't know me.
Okay. Many thought that you people will agree under ADC to a consensus. Maybe one of you will just go, then the other one, maybe most likely you, as a vice presidential.
Will you stop that nonsense?
No, it's not nonsense.
No, stop.
People are saying it.
It is. Stop that.
No.
Stop that.
I'm frank.
Please stop that.
Will you take? Okay, let me put it the other way. Will you accept to be vice president?
Please stop that. I didn't buy form to be vice president. Don't you ever repeat. Don't you ever.
I'm not saying it. It is people who are working for you. I mean,
who are the people? I can show you millions of people who are also thinking that. Who are those talking about?
This is without prejudice to you being eminently qualified to go for the ticket.
Idris.
Yes.
This interview is about presidency. If you want to interview vice president, can I step down so I can get the vice presidential candidates and interview them?
No, I don't want you to go. I want you to answer the questions. Maybe tell Nigerians that at no time you will accept that.
If you want to interview vice president, can I step down so I can bring vice president?
We will bring them later. You know, it's like a debate. I'm representing Nigeria, Your Excellency.
So when you're ready to interview vice president, you go and call them.
Okay. Have you met and discussed consensus?
We have not met. We have not met.
Was that the reason, you know, your, screening ought to have taken place? Was it last week? Then it was shifted to Monday, and now it has been shifted to Wednesday.
Do I look at
what is really happening?
Do I look at the national chairman?
Pardon?
Do I look at the national chairman? The name of the national chairman is Senator David. Yes. So only him can explain to you why the shifting.
But we heard that you met with him. Was it today?
He's my national chairman. I can go as many times as he's available. If I thought that I get worried at him.
So you can see we are following you.
You're seeing what. In fact, you're seeing what my social media people are doing, and you know I don't like those. I want my private life to be left to me alone. But anywhere you go, there's something taking photographs of
people who actually most likely believe in what you are doing. They are the ones who want information.
I thought he said no.
Probably.
No, I thought you said all the people who believe in me want me to be vice president.
No. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. What I said was in the event you finally
There is
go
no
for it.
event. Can you focus on
So
it?
it's just primary.
Can you focus on the issue?
It's just primary.
I'm not the party. I'm not a Vice President Atiku. Neither am I hired to do. Nor the national chairman of the party. Let us, if they want a consensus, let's have a meeting. Well, if we agree, we agree. If we don't agree, we go to primary. Don't bring those.
Okay, then if you have to choose between consensus, because you are APC, they have gone far in their own. Now, attention on ADC.
I have finished my response to that question.
No, you didn't answer this one.
I won't respond.
Which one will you prefer? Consensus or direct
I won't
primary?
respond to that. I'll give you a response. But the response I gave you, if the party calls us to have conversation about consensus, we'll have the conversation. If we don't agree, if we agree, consensus. If we don't agree, then primary. I don't have any other answer to give you.
How ready are you for the primary?
Why not you wait until 25th?
When the primary will
Of course.
take
Yes.
place.
Yes.
So now, how do you think ADC should approach the election? Because you still have some cases in court. You have the nephew, blah blah. This guy from Bombay.
You know, there's a problem we all have, including the journalists. In the past, the journalists who helped to fight alongside Nadeko kept government accountable. The journalists now, I doubt if they are doing the same.
That is exactly what we are doing. If others are not doing, I know I am doing, and we are doing
tell me how many people,
here in Delhi.
Tell me how many people you have kept accountable. Tell me how many people.
Read our paper today.
I read
No, just read the headlines. You know of today.
I read your papers. I don't see how much you do that.
Yes,
fact,
when you look at it, we brought out all the, is it shenanigans or whatever, the shortcomings, you know, the deliberate manipulation and all that happened.
Okay, so you should focus.
Is that not accountability?
You should focus.
Excellency.
You should please also focus on INEC and focus on
ADC also.
Oh, no, of course. ADC as a party. If I'd ask the question to ask you, if you think ADC was not that strong, why are you wasting your time focusing on them?
So why do you think it is strong with the challenges?
Okay,
Because
so
many of the people who left,
let me answer you.
they said because there are issues in ADC.
You're trying to make me answer you in a way that will hurt so many people. I won't. I try as much as possible not to hurt anybody. But so let me answer you the way you asked the question. So you said the reason why you focus on ADC is because it's strong. So that answers the question. If ADC was not strong, you won't focus on it. Are you focusing on? You make me call all these parties now. They will say I'm abusing them. And of course, some of these mushroom parties here and there. Have you ever focused on them? Have you ever called one of their presidential candidates to come for interview? It's because this is the party to beat. Just like you see, when people tell me, "Oh, people are not coherent. People are not doing this and that," I said the problem ADC has is that attention is focused on ADC by everybody as the alternative platform to fight or to contest against President Tinubu. It wasn't the same when we formed APC. Why? The Governors Forum and the presidency were fighting. So nobody knew that. But while we were fighting, we were building ADC. Now there's no Governors Forum at all, much more to fight the president.
No Governors Forum.
Exactly. Much more to fight the president. So because there's no Governors Forum, much more.
According to you, Your Excellency.
I'm not you. I'm not a coward. I own.
No. I'm not a coward either.
I take responsibility.
But we know that there is a Nigerian Governors Forum. That they have a APC governors. Of course, we don't have PDP. Maybe ABGA.
Okay, you know, I was once their chairman, so I need to be careful.
Okay, now in the event, Your Excellency, in the event you get the ticket of the ADC, how will you confront Tinubu? What will you tell Nigerians that you will do better than him?
You know, this was the question you asked at the beginning, and I gave you an answer. You're not satisfied with the answer.
I wasn't.
Okay, and I will repeat what I told you. I said, look, first, things are bad. Things are extremely bad, not just bad. I told you I pay about 4 million naira per month for electricity. I wonder how many most Nigerian elites are paying the same. Most Nigerian poor people can't even get power. Business can't proceed or survive because there is no power. Right? And the president had promised us that there will be power. And he has not kept to his word. Eradication of corruption. But I don't know what happened, but the World Bank did say that Nigeria had made 84-point-something trillion naira in 3 years. And that 34.6 trillion naira was missing. Right? Insecurity. It's on everybody's door. The man who was killed how many days ago is well known to me, was my supporter. I'm not joking.
The aspirant from Jigawa
was my supporter. Okay, so he gets up from Kano, decides to come to Abuja, gets to Kaduna by 8 p.m. and continues to Abuja. So by that, he should arrive at Abuja 10 or 11 p.m. But there, he was accosted between Kaduna and Abuja. And by the time we knew it, 3 days after, he was dead.
And you have the magic wand to reverse the trend.
But you don't need to ask me. I was governor of Rivers State. Are you saying you were not alive when
the complexities have changed during your days?
Please tell me. They had guns. They had camps. In fact, these people are even easier to deal with. They have no camp. You can fish them out from their communities. You can hold them accountable. You can once you see. Okay, so if you ask me what's the solution, part of the things we will do is community policing. Let's say there's a community of 10,000. If you train...
Is it state police or community? Because people mix.
Community, I'm not talking about state police. Community police.
You don't believe in state police?
I believe in state police, but I'm not going to do state police. I'm going to do community policing. Do you know why I say community policing? So if there's a community of 10,000 persons, and you train 1,000 persons in the police and arm them, they are trained as policemen, they are responsible to the police and all that. So you arm the 1,000 to protect the 10,000. If you are mad enough to enter into that community, then there are 1,000 guns to respond. The reason why they could kidnap the man in Kaduna who left Kaduna to Abuja and died is because they were not carrying guns. So they were stopped by some young men who were carrying guns. That's one. I'm not saying that's the solution. The solution is first economic growth. So you must create employment. What about social housing? Let's assume you want to build 300,000 houses now in Kano. Or 300,000 houses in Kano.
But he's also doing that. You have the renewed housing.
How many houses, please?
I don't have the numbers.
Exactly. You see,
the
the money that are in people's private pockets, if they were...
Amechi has spoken a lot. He has really spoken a lot. You know, these are one of the people...
He go be like say they won't win, but they no go winner.
That put Nigeria in this situation where...
He go be like...
So what is he trying to tell us now? We have more confidence than him. Because at least Obi has proven himself as a governor. Obi did best. Obi did better when he was a governor than all these people. All these people are just, I don't know. They are just, I don't know, trying to... In short, Obi did better. So let's listen to political analysis now. All the things they are saying about Obi, because Obi now is now like everybody is attacking Obi, PDP is attacking Obi, opposition is attacking Obi. So let's listen to what the Momodu is talking. Let's see what he's talking. Let's listen.
Attack Atiku. What is his grounds? He says Atiku says he does not believe in zoning, and that we should go to
rained in some areas. Barely 10%. 10% is even too much. How can the president be winning with 8 million votes in 2023 out of 200 and something million Nigerians? He won with... When the People's Democratic Party inserted a clause for the rotation of the presidency between North and South, there was no controversy. In fact, there was high praise for the party's ingenuity in ensuring fairness and unity for a large and huge country with a demographic, cultural, and...
I do not really rate the zoning, and zoning is just a rules to keep on obviating the realities in Nigeria. The problems of the country is the same, whether you are in Sabongari in Kano, or in Obola in Enugu State, or in anywhere you are, you have the same problems of lack of food, lack of access, bad roads, telecommunications. So this whole zoning is a ruse for those who are opportune at the political level to keep on deceiving hoodwinking the masses, hoodwinking the population. Somebody from the east will say, okay, it is our turn. You go into that place and you only you rule. Like, I will give the example of this thing, Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu did not go back to say it is our turn. He said it is himself, that it is his own turn. So he's using the space of the Southwest, but is it of benefit to the Southwest? How has his home state, Osun State, benefited from the rot and corruption going on? So the whole essence of zoning is just a manipulation of the political elites to keep on breaking Nigerians. The problem still remains.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
All right. So thank you so much, Barrister Eze-Eluche, for that. Now, in the concept of leadership and responsibilities, Nigerians are not happy, with this dispensation. I mean, you would think it's the time of the South and things will be better. The concurrent insecurity in almost every region. It's not just one particular region. Unfortunately, this is coming down to the Southwest. And whether we like it or not, the Southwest is a safe haven, all right, for almost every region because of the economic possibilities that, one can actually have access to here. You have a lot of persons who reside in the Southwest. They want access to job opportunities, and they feel that with the seaport, aviation, all these things kind of help. And you would think that the priority of this administration would be to ensure that these things are nipped in the bud and do not escalate. But these individuals of darkness are now very brazen. They don't hide their faces, they show their faces, they release videos, and they cannot be tracked. For some reason, nobody can track them. But you could make a phone call, Barrister. I know in some instances you have actually made statements that, oh, your phone is being tracked, or these guys are monitoring your conversation. They can come to your house and say you made a statement against the president that is unsubstantiated, or for one reason or the other, you made a tweet and somebody comes and gets you. They can track innocent Nigerians. Justice Crack is one of such persons that was tracked and trailed. So why are we not seeing that deliberate measure to do something about this? But when something is not so severe, they could use all the state apparatus to nip it.
Well, thank you very much. Will you use your facilities to track your body? The National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, has severally told us that these terrorists, these Islamist jihadist elements, are his brothers. The same has been repeated by the Chief of Defense Staff, General Oluyede, that these characters, these criminals, are their brothers. They are not my brothers. So will they use these facilities against their brothers? You see, when you have to understand this, or Progressive Congress, we have to understand how they came into power, right from the Chibok abductions, right from the criminality of the terrorists across the north, which they deployed to pursue or to put the scare of the living God into the Jonathan administration. That made man even hand over power, relinquish office without even the votes being counted. Till to date, these characters in office have used terror as a political tool. So why would they, and unfortunately for them, when you have dined with the devil, when you have hobnobbed with the devil, it becomes difficult to even remove the devil when he wants to strike. That is what Nigeria is suffering from. These characters invited, and I'm using this word carefully, because this is confession of APC bigwigs, including the El-Rufai, who's now on the opposition. He was one of those who said they brought in these terrorist elements to help them to win political office, to help them to pursue Jonathan from office. Now, these criminals they have brought in have been exercised, and they have now enthroned. They are now all over the country. And when I mean all over the country, they are everywhere. They have not struck in Lagos, not because they don't want to strike. Maybe they're waiting for them for some time. But they are all, including in Lagos. Including the area, when you come to Lagos, there are some areas you go, all the streets, you have them on the streets. Matter of time. So that is the sad spectacle we find ourselves. And they will not use the equipment available to them to tackle these criminals. Rather, they need to pursue innocent or political opposition. They need to tap records or tap phones of those who they think that they are enemies of their political career, rather than to use it against criminals. So the problem we're having is not that they don't know how to get these criminals or these terrorists or these kidnappers, but simply they lack the political will. They lack the repercussions. They lack what will happen to their government when they begin to hit their brothers. And these are their brothers. Quoting the National Security Advisor and the Chief of Defense Staff, and even Mr. President himself. Because when their brothers have struck in Benue, in Plateau, the President tells us not to go after them. They severally, we've had the military say they don't have authority or orders to go after these terrorists. Rather, they only defend and fend off terror attacks. Where does that happen? The nation should be going after these criminals, not just sitting back and then waiting for them to be attacked and then censor. So the government is not using what they can do or what they have to pursue these criminals. And that is, sadly for us, this thing will continue for a very long while until when Nigerians say enough is enough and are willing to kick the hell out of this government from office. Thank you.
All right, Barrister, there was a protest that erupted in Oyo State. Youth and residents took to the streets over the recent abduction of students and teachers in the state. They were chanting, "Bring back our children, bring back our teachers, free our children and teachers." The protest went on at Ogbomosho. The residents expressed frustration over rising insecurity and economic hardship, accusing the government of failing to protect lives and improve living conditions. And then they were bringing down billboards and banners of President Tinubu. Now, the supporters of this administration, rather than focus on how dangerous, the activities of these terrorists are, they were more concerned about it being done by certain elements to destabilize the president's support from his home base. That, the Southwest is holding forth for Tinubu because he represents the interest of the Yorubas and the Southwest. So these elements are trying to destabilize his government to create a sense of apathy towards his re-election in 2027. Others believe that the protest was not needed per se, that the government has spoken and already security has been put together to ensure that, those victims are rescued. But at this point, should this kind of thoughts be in the minds of a lot of Nigerians, shouldn't they hold the government accountable for its core responsibility of protecting the lives and property of the people they promised and campaigned to govern?
Just privately, they know.
Hello, sir.
Terribly.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Can you hear me, sir? Barrister Eze, can you hear me? Okay, we seem to be having a network situation. I will try to connect with him again, and I hope this time around the network will be better. We've been actually having terrible network situation all this while. Mr. Lawal Ekondire, I know that you're not surprised with the nuances we're experiencing now, but the question I asked Barrister Eze, what's your thought on that?
Well, starting with
okay, hold on. Barrister is already here. Hello, Barrister Eze.
Yeah, I'm hearing you, yes.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Good. I'm saying with regards to the protest that happened in Ogbomosho and whether the people realize what the problem is, Nigerians know the problem. Nigerians know that this government has failed them. Nigerians are not happy with what this government is doing. But the reality is that this government is investing heavily in division. This government is investing heavily in insecurity. This government is using all it can do to create division among Nigerians. And they are the ones sponsoring this feeling of this is my tribesman, this is my turn. Look at the pronouncement of government officials. Look at the pronouncements of people like Bayo Ononuga. Pronouncements of people like Reno Mokri and Fani Kayode. These are guys who are being paid heavily to ensure that Nigerians are divided. They raise ethnocentric division. They even raise these religious schisms amongst Nigerians. But it is left for Nigerians to unite and realize that we are more than them. There is no difference from the poverty being suffered by somebody in Ogbomosho and somebody in Owerri, or somebody else in Rufa in Kano. So there should be unity of purpose to ensure that this nonsense that this government has kept us into does not continue longer than necessary. But they are going to keep on investing in insecurity because they know that as long as we are insecure, as long as there is division in the people, whether based on religion or on ethnicity, it will be difficult for them to because the government. Mr. President has both Igbos, Yorubas, Kanuri in his government. Are they not friends? But they only create this division for the people so that the people on the street will not saying, okay, I'm Yoruba, these are Yoruba's son. Yoruba's son, but is there any petrol station where they sell food to only the Yorubas, or to only the Hausas, or to only the Igbos? Is there any market which is meant only for APC supporters, or for Christians or Muslims? So the punishment to the people is uniform. But they keep on raising this ethnocentric divide to divide the people. But we must learn to overcome this division so that we can act in unison and kick these characters out of office. Thank you.
All right. Barrister, there were claims that the Senate President Godswill Akpabio threatened Northerners over the 2027 presidential election, saying that if they will not vote for Tinubu, because we noticed some apathy in some of the northern states, so that if they do not vote for Tinubu's second term, they should be expelled from Nigeria. Obviously, they also continue the fact that these claims are spurious and that the Senate President cannot make such a statement considering how delicate such a statement is. Obviously, there was a circulation of a viral video which alleges that Akpabio warned that the North needs to support President Bola Tinubu in the next election or risk being expelled from the country. Now, the Senate President's office quickly reacted to such a claim, saying that it is false and dangerous for such a narrative to go viral, that the claim was deliberately fabricated to create tension and mislead Nigerians ahead of the political activities leading to 2027. In fact, in a statement issued today, Akpabio's special advisor on diaspora and non-governmental organization, Jibril Tafida, the Senate President denied ever making such remarks, and that unequivocally, the President of the Senate never made such a statement, and that the statement is completely false. But lately, with what has been going on with insecurity, across social media, religion has entered into the whole space, and now they're encompassing everyone to be from the Fulani extraction, and that we've heard that the Sahel region has been very volatile. We're having a lot of these Maghrebs coming through our borders, and we even saw what happened with the second ISIS global leader that was recently annihilated by the United States of American Army and the Nigerian Army. Obviously, they have set up their camps here and imported their persons here. But in those regions, there is no government presence. Is it possible that the Fulani ethnic group are being misrepresented?
Thank you very much. I think definitely yes, the Fulanis are being misrepresented. I'm well traveled across Nigeria, and I have friends who are Fulani. I mean, I've been to their home base. Even when I served in the north, one of my basic first choice drinks was Fulani Nunanko. So I am very close to the Fulanis, just like I'm also very close to people from across the country. There is nothing wrong with the Fulanis. What has happened is that criminal elements, and these criminal elements exist in every tribe, including amongst the Igbos, Yorubas, the Nupes, the Jukuns, everywhere. You have criminal elements. And those are the problems with our society. The criminal elements, not an entire ethnic group. It is silly for anybody to say an entire ethnic group is the problem. No, they are not. But I have very close friends who are from Malumfashi, that is a very called Fulani settlement in Katsina State, and where I have stayed overnight with my friends over there. So the issue is certainly not Fulani. It's not Fulani. But there are criminal elements in each group, even in families. In families, there resides criminal elements, whether it's an Igbo, Yoruba, whatever Hausa family. So let us stop ethnicizing this issue. That's on the Fulani issue. But with regards to what was attributed to the Senate President, you see, this is one of those things this regime has invested in. They will in one blow hot and cold, and all this is trying to create ethnic divides. I mean, I don't take it beyond them. Even the so-called rumor can be recreated by the government itself or by the office of the Senate President, then he will now deny it, because all this now leads to creating divides. That there is a north and south divide, but there's nothing like north and south. Because when you talk of the north, do you realize that there are over 200 ethnic groups in the north? And some don't even see eye to eye with themselves. So how can anybody say northern Nigeria? Or it's like someone to say southern Nigeria. What do you mean by southern Nigeria? When you have more than 150 ethnic nationalities, some of them who don't even see eye to eye. So it's only rascal elements that will now say, I'm speaking for the north, or I'm speaking for the south. Even speaking for the West is nonsensical, because there are elements in Osun State, in the Paraji where Bola Tinubu comes from, who don't even like his God. So let us diffuse and stop talking about this ethnocentric or clannish in clannish matters. We should be thinking of the best way out of this mess these characters in government have gotten us into, and they will keep on doing their best, trying to raise ethnocentric and religious divide. But it's left for Nigerians to say, look, we must rise above this. There is nothing wrong between me and my Muslim friends, or me and my Yoruba ethnic friends from all over. Human beings are human beings and not the ethnic groups. Thank you very much.
Barrister, aptly put, because it's quite imperative that we have these conversations. I mean, these are the kind of topics that circulates across social media, and it's now on Facebook. Facebook is one of the platforms where most Nigerians, no matter how rural, no matter the rural areas they reside, they actually have a Facebook account, and you're seeing this kind of narratives flying by. It's actually quite dangerous. You also have some media houses that actually, do linguistic broadcast, and you cannot tell the kind of conversations that circulate in such platforms. So this orientation is very needed. But this is where
sorry, before we leave this topic, let me just also clarify something. There are characters on Facebook, because you mentioned Facebook and some of these social media platforms. They will deliberately adopt names that are not of their own ethnicity. That you will see somebody who is Igbo, he will adopt an Hausa name to create messages that attack the Southeast or attack the Yorubas. You will likewise also see a Yoruba person, he will adopt an Igbo name and begin to post rubbish with that name. So Nigerians should even look beyond it, because this is what I mean by when I say this government invests in division. They invest in dividing us. So we must tell them we are not fools to be divided. So when you see a name like maybe you see on Facebook, you see Eze Eluche talking crap about Yorubas, people automatically say these Igbos have come again. But that is not the truth, because this government pays these rascals on social media, the online rats.
Yeah.
They pay them so much to create division, and we must stand up against it. We must look through this nonsense they keep on saying and realize that our problems are the same. And our problem is, how do we get these rascal elements in government out and give Nigeria and our future a chance in the Committee of Nations? Thank you.
All right, Barrister, very quickly, there are talks that the United States of America, Donald Trump, is controlling President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The perception is the fact that if Tinubu wants to ensure that the U.S. collaborates to ensure that he comes back in 2027, he must agree to certain conditions. We're hearing about some military bases being set up here, although the Nigerian government has not given any confirmation to that. And we're seeing conditions being set up by the American government in terms of collaboration to help with insecurity in the country. Is it possible that such a conspiracy theory can even be considered to be true? And is the administration so desperate to want to cling on to power to accept any condition from their European counterparts just to retain power?
Well, thank you very much for this question. You see, the reality is this. One thing that Mr. Donald Trump has a phobia or has abhors in its totality is drugs. And when I'm talking of drugs, I'm talking of addictive substances. I mean, the news is that he's won his children, he's won his family. Anybody who goes near drugs, he will kick him out of his lineage. And so any news that Mr. Trump will want to align with a man who has forfeited over $460,000 to the U.S. government for drug trafficking and money laundering related purposes, you can just throw it into the trash bin. I don't think such a thing exists. I don't think Mr. Trump needs to be in bed with Mr. Tinubu to achieve American aims in Nigeria. There are better ways of doing it and more cleaner ways. So whoever is creating that rumor or that news is just like one of their, they will keep on saying all that rubbish. That now they are collaborating with Tinubu. The collaboration is towards eradicating criminals, eradicating Islamist terrorists. And America will collaborate with even the devil to achieve that purpose. So that's another talk for the day, for another day.
Yeah.
But the issue of whether the U.S. wants military bases or whatever, I mean, the world has now come to a level. If you see what is going on during this Iran, U.S.-Israel war, no country needs to even have bases at all or have boots on ground in your country. They fire ballistic missiles from 2,000-3,000 kilometers away, and they achieve their purposes. The attack that the U.S. has done in Sokoto and the other day in Borno State, was not affected by any troops on the ground. These were missiles that were launched from far off. And
really? But the Nigerian army and the Nigerian government claimed that, in fact, the U.S. did not even put any boot on ground, that it was their own soldiers that routed out the guy and they provided the intelligence.
Okay, tell them to go and rout out the criminals who kidnap people in Kwara State. They don't just make noise when America is talking. They should go to those schools where people have been kidnapped. Let the military go there and do what they should do, and not be only stay because the U.S. has achieved some objectives and they're now coming to be part of that process. There are several instances where small-scale criminals, these Islamic terrorists, have come to ravage communities. Let the military go there and show their muzzle, and don't just come and claim that what America has succeeded in doing, they're also part of it. I mean, they should get serious. They should get serious, for goodness sake. Nigerians are even beginning to question the utility of having the military. If in most cases, when these terrorists come to attack communities, there's no reaction, no response from both the police and the military. So they should not provoke Nigerians more.
All right. Barrister, now, so I'm sure you watched Dele Momodu's interview yesterday evening, and everyone was surprised. Dele Momodu admitted on live TV that at the end of the day, the plan was to do what you call a consensus. And my question is this: if the reality was for an Atiku Peter Obi, ticket, why was that conversation not had in the 18 months that they said they were together before they officially adopted the ADC as a party to coalesce? Because Rotimi Amici was on a monitor television program, I think Daily Trust, and he said he's not stepping down for anybody. He said he didn't buy his presidential form to become a vice. He's running for presidency. Hayatuddin also insisted that he's running. In fact, it made them postpone their screening at some point because they were thinking they would have a consensus. I think they did not see Peter Obi leaving before the closed window. Now, I don't know if Atiku did try to reach out to Peter Obi to say, okay, let's be strategic about this. I don't know if they had any conversation, but Peter Obi said no conversation was had about him deputizing anybody. So if this was the strategy, because Dele Momodu said that the only way to unseat Tinubu is for a northern candidate to be on the picture. A northern candidate with a strong southern deputy, a strong southern candidate to ensure that Tinubu does not return. It's all about strategy, anything but winning, despite the supposed unconstitutional zoning formula. So if this was what the ADC members had in mind, why was this conversation not had from the onset? So everybody knows what they are doing. Maybe give some people time to decide if they would eventually do it, since it's a very strategic means. Why was there deceit from the onset of this coalition?
Thank you very much. In 2 words, what Mr. Dele Momodu was talking is absolute nonsense. Because the reality is this. I mean, if you are selling your nomination form for 100 million and somebody buys it, he wants to contest. And that is exactly what Mr. Rotimi Amici stated, that he wants to contest. That is why he bought it. So if there was any sinister motive, if there was any hidden plot by surrogates of Atiku Abubakar, such as Dele Momodu, for Mr. Atiku to be made a consensus candidate, it has been blown sky high. Because you don't bring grown men and expect them to just toe your line without discussing it in advance. And like you said earlier, Mr. Peter Obi had said nobody discussed these issues. So if they had this in the back of their mind and did not bring it out to the fore, only hoping that when they now discuss it, it will be too late for those who may want to contest to now have their own flag. It has backfired massively. And I do support people like democracy is you should bring yourself forward. If you think you can do it, try your best. And so if Mr. Mechi and Alhaji Hayatuddin and the ADC say they want to contest, they must contest. Those are the rules. There is no way you can buy a form and then somebody says there must be consensus. So I think they should be more serious. And it's good that we have this multiplicity of parties, so that those who are seen through this scam that the ADC tried to hoodwink Nigerians on can now know that they have other options, whether it's to vote for the NDC or to vote for wherever they will decide. But as long as Nigerians decide that these ruling characters in the APC should be kicked out, and for them, we must find a way to ease ourselves of these roguish elements who have destroyed this country.
All right, Barrister.
Stop this destruction any further. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, sir. Please stay with us. We're taking a very short break. We'll be right back.
Lagos, are you ready for an overflow like never before?
It's the Interdenominational Hour of Revival Lagos and the Ministers, Leaders and Business Conference.
Hosted by Bishop David Abioye. Get set for a divine encounter with the theme, Exceeding Grace.
Grace that breaks limits, grace that lifts you higher, grace that changes your story.
Date, Thursday 25th to Friday 26th June 2026.
Time 9 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. daily.
Venue, the Grand Joy Event Center, 17 Billings Way, Oregun, Ikeja, Lagos.
This is your moment for supernatural advancement, your moment for kingdom empowerment.
Ministers, leaders, business minds, step into your next level by grace.
Don't just hear about it, be there and experience it live. Hour of Revival Lagos, exceeding grace. Don't miss it.
Nigeria, with its complex political atmosphere, divergent views, and discordant views, better still, coming with bass bows. Only one question matters: who really has the best candidate? Something is here. 5 political camps, 1 stage, no filters. Join us in this clash as supporters of Bola Tinubu, Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar, Omoyele Sowore, and Adewale Adebayo go head to head in no holds barred town hall debate. No script, just raw, unfiltered conversation. This is more than politics. This is where opinions clash. Fact
is that Mr. President Bola Tinubu and his regime do not mean well for Nigeria, and it is being proved, or it is showcasing in the lives of Nigerians. Ask every Nigerian what they could afford 2-3 years ago. Can they afford it now? Many families are just surviving by the day and by prayers. And this man dares to talk about economics, and he even dares to tell us what his plans for his next tenure, if God forbid he gets it. 3 years you've not been able to achieve anything. You are talking of plans for next 4 years. Come on, give Nigerians a break. I have come to conclude that these characters don't wish any good for Nigeria, because if they wish Nigeria any good, you wanted to be president, you have tried, and you have failed. So pack your load and go back to wherever you're coming from, and let those who can manage Nigeria do the better thing for Nigeria, not keep on telling us that it's your turn, it's your turn. Thank you very much.
Now, Barrister, I want you to listen to this audio, because a particular APC chieftain in Osun State boasted and said that they would rig elections and that this is going to be anyhow. Tinubu must emerge. Let's quickly listen to him.
àwọn náà wá fẹ́ gbé ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú kalẹ̀ báyìí àwọn náà máa ṣe èké sùn ẹ̀kọ́ tì mẹ́rin bíà èmi ìsìnkẹ́ olùkọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ sùn máa ṣe èké tó bá wọlé máa yìí. a máa ṣiṣẹ́ pa wọ́n. ibi tí ẹgbẹ́ mi bá ń lọ ibẹ̀ ni mo lọ ibi tí ẹgbẹ́ ń lọ ibẹ̀ ni sọ́ọ́lì àlùfáàbí ló ń lọ gbogbo ayé dẹ̀ ní òtí ẹ̀ lánàá lágbó ọlọ́run náà ti parí tẹ̀ sí. ipò tó dúró ẹ̀kú lọ́wọ́ àlóṣèlú náà.
Okay, so Mr. Lawyer, can I interpret very quickly for us?
It's just saying that wherever his group, majority of his groups are going, that's where he will go. That he gives support that the Jebu people, that's where the attention is. So it's just talking about the trend, that the trend which they pick is where he will follow. So it's not being specific about his trend.
Barrister Ezra Richard, do you have any reaction to that, sir?
Well, my reaction is that anybody who is threatening violence, I mean, it's like just we are broadcasting the thoughts of criminal elements, because if you threaten violence on the people, you are just being a criminal. And it's sad that the police, the DSS, that should be tracking such people, who will rather give them protection and rather go against those who are trying to safeguard Nigeria. But what I will assure this character, this government, is that all the political appointees of Mr. Bola Tinubu, all his cronies, maybe at most, at very, very most, you can put them at like 100,000, 200,000 people. And against 200 million Nigerians. Let them bring it on. Let them bring it on, because it will not be left to Nigerians to decide. Do they want a continuation of the horror, of the hardship of the past 3 years, or do they want to say enough is enough? And when Nigerians decided enough is enough, I assure you, these criminals will be the ones to run. They will run and they will not be able to run away from Nigerians. We will get them. That's the reality. So let the guys who are threatening keep on threatening. They think they have the guns. They think they have everything. But I will assure them that many Nigerians, even in the military, in the police, they are also passing through this anguish. Nigerians are passing through. And when the next election comes, Nigerians will be able to say enough is enough. Thank you very much.
All right, Barrister, this is an area where we're going to be having so many information out there, some verified, some non-verified. We had heard stories that Jonathan had picked up a presidential nomination from the Turaki-led faction of the People's Democratic Party, and I wondered how that was going to be possible because the Supreme Court did not recognize the Turaki-led faction of the People's Democratic Party. So under what ruse, was Jonathan going to pick up a form with them? But now, apparently, it stirred political conversations, and then we're hearing from his aide that it is not true. Jude Imagwe, he says, as a special advisor to Jonathan, said there is no proof that the ex-president purchased any presidential nomination form for the 2027 elections, and that, according to him, this speculation intensified by Umar Sani. Umar Sani is a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party, claiming that Jonathan had obtained a nomination form ahead of the next presidential election. But then Jonathan's aide is rejecting the claim and insisting that such reports remain unofficial, that it's not true. So if the report is unofficial, is it that it is false? If somebody from the PDP is actually giving us a certainty that that's what Jonathan did. So if something is not official, does it mean that that thing is false? Or all of this is just to create distraction?
Good, beautiful. You will now get this point. The reality is that this government, like I keep on saying, invests heavily in distraction, division, and disunity. So all this noise about bringing back Goodluck Jonathan, I mean, it's neither here nor there. Even the so-called court case that somebody filed to compare him, what has happened to all those cases? So this is just, the government is just distracting Nigerians and maybe trying to soil the name of the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, who knows better. I mean, his wife also knows better not to come back into the system. So, but why do we even have to continue to discuss this issue? Because they simply want to create division so the Nigerians will be at a loss and still think that something else will happen. Let us run it down the ears of these characters in the government. Nothing else will happen. Nigerians will kick them out come 27th of May next year. They will be out of office and Nigeria will be able to move forward. They can even let them go back to the village and drag maybe the image of MKO Abiola that they want to contest, or even Odumegwu Ojukwu. All those roads, they will fly more kites. They will fly more kites rather than face governance, rather than try to tackle the issue of insecurity, rather than try to elevate the lives of Nigerians. From day one of getting into office, this government of Bola Tinubu has been invested in politics. And if you remember, I think right from the first week of their government, when you called me on the phone and we are discussing politics, I said, look, there should be a time for governance and a time for politicking.
Very true.
Unfortunately, the entire 3 years has been for politics. That's so sad. I don't think that Goodluck Jonathan is not coming out. He knows better. Yeah, he may be a weak person. He may be a coward by not standing by his voters, by those who voted for him, and demanding that the result be counted. But he's not a fool. I don't think that Mr. Goodluck Jonathan is a fool. He has more intellect than that. He will not bow to the answers. And these people who are desperate in the PDP, saying they are waiting on Goodluck Jonathan to come and pick up their presidential ticket. I mean, they are simply jokers. Because you say PDP, which PDP? Is it the one headed by Turaki, or the one that is in the pocket of Wike, and also in the pocket of Bola Tinubu? So let us be realistic. Jonathan may not be very, very bold in asserting himself, but he's simply not a fool, and he knows when to make his move. But certainly, it won't be with the PDP, and it won't be in his current dispensation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Barrister Ezeluche. Thank you, and sincerely appreciate you taking your time to respond to these questions.
Thank you very much, and have a wonderful night.
Yes, sir. Do have yourself a wonderful evening, sir. All right, my virtual guest this evening was Barrister Ezeluche. He spoke exponentially on topical issues in the polity. Mr. Lawale Kundai, sincerely do apologize for keeping you waiting, but I needed to be done with him and expand him. We're family. You are me, I am you. I mean, you are VOP, I am VOP, put the world together. All right, Mr. Lawa Ekundai. So I am sure, I don't know if you listened to the interview on a Monitor television program where the Director General of Media and Publicity at the Kano Government House, Sanusi Tofa, he made the explosive allegation that Rabiu Kwankwaso, former governor of Kano State, is indirectly working towards the re-election of President Bola Tinubu ahead of the 2027 elections. He made this claim, all right, on Wednesday. Just today. According to him, he says recent political activities and strategic engagements across the country suggest subtle cooperation between some opposition figures and the ruling All Progressives Congress, with certain political calculations being promoted by Kwankwaso ultimately set to favor Tinubu's second-term ambition. Is that true?
He said favor. I don't understand what he means by favor, because one thing is Kwankwaso is working with Obi against APC to get to the presidency, and then he's saying that they are working with for the president.
Because the man is saying that Governor Abba Yusuf of Kano right now approached Tinubu over plans to defect to APC with Kwankwaso's consent. So when he was going to the APC, he had Kwankwaso's consent to go to the APC. That the alleged move also had the backing of, former governor of Kano State, Aminu Gwazo, as well. So Tofa is claiming that the former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi may face political limitations in Kano due to what he described as the conservative nature of the state's political environment. Again, is this one of the psychological theatrics to derail some form of support for Peter Obi and Kwankwaso? And then secondly, he made a very viable statement that Kwankwaso's consent was with, what's his name, the current Kano State governor, to defect to the APC. So how come, because some needs or wants could not be met in negotiating with APC, he decides to join the NDC, but there are some of his supporters who could be supporting Tinubu's re-election, and that the whole Kwankwasia movement may be divided. Some of them are loyal now to the current governor, and some are loyal to Kwankwaso, and that maybe Kwankwaso may not deliver beyond Kano. Is that something? Is that kind of prejudice? Is that the kind of prejudice we should be selling, or is this part of the political move by certain elements to ensure that power remains with the APC?
Well, I think he's trying to galvanize support for himself because the North.
He's a spokesperson of the Kano State governor. He's not a president. He's not a candidate in any way.
What I'm trying to say is that he's trying to bring support towards that camp of the governor, because that's where it's belong. That's what he's speaking about. That's why I said that. So he's trying to bring support, and dissuade people of Kano from Kwankwaso, because when he said that the governor got consent of Kwankwaso, I seriously doubt that, because I know there was a lot of back foot.
Why would you doubt it, Mr. Lawal? Didn't you follow the movement at the time?
Because it took a long time.
Yes, because Kwankwaso wanted his needs to be met. Kwankwaso wanted his needs to be met. I remember before Yusuf joined APC, he stalled for a long time because he really wanted an agreement between him and Kwankwaso before he joined. Kwankwaso went...
Because he wanted second term.
You were not there, sir, to say that Kwankwaso did not agree. This is politics, and interest comes first. For Kwankwaso, this unity, this relationship with Peter Obi, he already sees, ahead. He agrees with the zoning formula, and 2031, the galvanization of the obedient movement, along with the Kwankwasia movement, and already Kwankwaso has gotten love, from the south. He has expanded. He's no longer seen as a Kano candidate. In the south here, he's getting, inroads. There's a sense of maturity in his disposition. If you had watched his interview lately, from the Kwankwaso we used to know, before, now he's more mature in responses to questions, very firm as somebody who is working.
Broader.
Yes, exactly. So
confined to Kano.
But the fact is, he did not. There were some agreements that were not met at the time with the APC. Maybe the APC did not foresee him joining, with Peter Obi. But however, with what we're seeing right now, are Nigerians going to be dissuaded with this rhetorics about the North will not vote for a southern candidate, or the North will not go for a Peter Obi, or Kwankwaso is working for Tinubu? Do you think Nigerians will buy this rhetorics, especially from the northern region?
there's so many did not will not vote for this, did not will not vote for that. Everybody is coming out from the north and saying did not will not vote for so and so person. Even they've said did not will not vote for Atiku. Atiku said did not will not vote. The thing is this: Nigerians have gone beyond that to the level in which they will decide for themselves their future, and no other person will do that. You know, this Obi Kwankwaso almost took place in before 2023. You know, it almost took place before that 2023, but it didn't work before he now went for Dati. Now they've been able to come together. So coming together now, there's a lot of diversion towards that that joining of the two of them. A lot of Obi supporters have some party for Kwankwaso now. A lot of Kwankwaso support to Obi. A lot of Northerners who want something different.
The Kwankwasia and the Obedient support group, the connection was instant. They connected instantly.
They saw that merger and then they love it, and then they come together. And then there are some other people too within the north who actually join that camp in supporting them because they were looking for something different, and then they believe that okay, these two coming together will make a better combination. Therefore they are having a lot of sympathy from that area. So that's why you see people like Tambua coming out to speak that no, I am also having my own camp in this area. So that will not dissuade Nigerians at all, because at this point now Nigerians are getting wiser. They want their fate to be decided by them and not by some certain set of people, in which eventually the grass will suffer when the lions are the elephants are fighting above. So the trend will be totally different. I keep telling the people that the political trend now is totally different. The Nigeria we have now is different from the old Nigerians. Many of them are getting out of that conventional system of politics in which some certain few will dictate the direction of the majority. Is seriously changing now. That movement started in 2023. It started with that time of Buhari coming on board, but people felt disappointed. Now in 2023 there was that massive movement, and then it's going to take place again. That movement is that Nigerians are now becoming wiser. They are now thinking of their own future, that their future is in their hands. That is what we are going to realize in this 2027. That's why I keep advocating for free and fair election. The moment we have that free and fair elections, let people decide their direction.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for us to take your reaction very quickly. Somebody sent a message to me and said, Esther, please be timing the calls of your callers so that we can take more calls. So please, when you call now, Tori alone, 2 minutes or 1 minute 60, just 2 minutes. Let's go with 2 minutes, please. So whatever you want to say, be succinct, have your thoughts in your head. 10 minutes, so we can admit as many calls as possible. The person they para from you, I said, what is it, Esther? I monitor the radio stations. They limit the calls. You allow people to talk. We want to call. Okay, I don't hear you. So today you call in 2 minutes so we can admit calls and take messages. So the number to call this evening is 080 3692 9933 080 3692 9933. The WhatsApp number is 0817 1756338 0817 1756338. That is the WhatsApp number for you to send your messages. Please, 2 minutes. Don't insult anybody. Make your point as best as you want to within 2 minutes, and turn off your radio. Please turn it off. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, ma.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is AB. I'm calling from Lagos.
AB?
Yes.
Another AB or the same AB?
I don't know whether they have another AB.
There's another AB, but your voice is different. Okay, fine. Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Good evening, ma'am.
Please go ahead.
Yes, I disagree with the barrister.
Okay.
My disagreement with the barrister is when he said that the issue of Atiku Atiku did. Obi said that Atiku did not inform him of being the running mate.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't think anybody said Obi said that.
Okay.
Obi did not say that. I was the one asking the question. I said, if this was what the ADC wanted, why didn't they discuss this from the onset?
But what I'm saying is this. In the first place, when this marriage started, this issue come up that Obi will be the running mate of Atiku. The obedient people run to the street. Almost all the radio station and television. Obi will not be a second feeder. Even to the extent the Easterner, we are even singing it. It will not be a second feeder. And what do you expect Atiku to do?
But you know that it was, this whole thing was done on social media. Peter Obi was asked that question and he said nobody approached him about it.
Peter Obi the same question. They asked him.
And he said no, nobody has met him about being a VP.
Yes, he can't open up because there was nothing like agreement there. But the obedient movement, I'm talking of somebody like
Yunus Atanko.
Yunus Atanko. Yes, he said it. He said Obi will not be a second feeder.
Okay.
Yunus Atanko was a spokesman to Obi.
Yes, he is.
Throughout. Yeah, but if he said something, Obi said it. You understand? Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, AB, for calling. 08036929933. That is the number to call. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Robert from Apapa. Esther, please, I want to beg Nigerians. I am begging Nigerians, so honestly, this will be issue. They should leave Obi alone, for God's sake. They should leave Obi alone. They should not cause problem between the two of them. Which I think 2 days ago, the VP, Shetima, he was saying that was how Nigeria was spreading rumor that we kill Tinubu, he will take over from another. What did Obi? What is the problem with Obi, for God's sake? Everybody that want to say Kwakwaso is working for Tinubu and this and that, they want to cut division. They should leave Obi alone now. They did not succeed in the other side where happy. The man went to ADC. The same thing. They pursued this man until he is God helping now. He's in NDC now. They are still worrying this man. They want to create division between and this man. I don't understand, for God's sake. If Nigeria is destined that Obi will be our president, there is nothing that will not come to pass. You understand? To rule us is not by force. It is who God destined to rule us. So many of us are even tired of what is happening in Nigeria now. Are we going to continue like this? If Obi move, they will be monitoring his move. He go here, Obi is so they should praise their party and leave Obi alone. That's my own contribution.
All right, thank you, Robert. Robert, defender of Peter Obi. Don't leave Peter. Nobody will leave him out. It's political season, and I think he made the political season interesting. So he's the heart of the conversation in this political space. Trust me, if he wasn't in the equation, I don't think the political space would be interesting. Some persons would have just, backed off. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello?
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name? Okay, your network is bad. Please call us back, okay? 08036929933. Hello, good evening. What's your name?
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. All right, sir. Please go ahead.
Second to the last caller who was talking about Obi leaving, obedience leaving ADs and things like that, and dictating for Obi. Yes, that's the in thing now. We want a government of the people, by the people, for the people. It's not government of the few, by the few, for the few. So that's what that is unique about the Obi issue. Is the people, what the people want is what they're telling the person who is leading them. This is what we want, and he's listening to them. So for him taking that step, all his supporters love it, and they think it's good and healthy for him. Had he remained in ADC, all these legal tosses we're talking about, they would have even doubled the game. They have many chances of trying to stop him, but God said no. Let's believe everything works out well. But there are certain people I want to beg in this dispensation. I want to beg the military. the NYAC members who are going to help in the election conducting, and INEC staff. All of us are Nigerians. Let us work well for the country to move forward, not for whatever they want to give them at that moment. Let them not allow themselves to be compromised. Let them see it as their own part in the greatness of the country by making sure that they are not used to work against the intents of the people, because the posterity will judge them, each and every one of them, who engage in the malpractices or corruption to fix who the people doesn't vote for. Let them do their bit. Let everybody do his bit. The military, the INEC staff, the NYAC members. If they do it, just like the one at Abia, that people are still talking about today, Professor Nene Oti, she determined that she is going to be fair and stand on the facts and available with her. And by God's grace, it worked out well. So
all right, thank you very much. Your 2 minutes has expired. God bless you. 08036929933. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Esther.
How are you, sir? Welcome.
My name is Audu from Agege.
Audu from Agege. Audu, how you doing?
Yes, fine, Esther.
Is this your first time of calling here?
Not my first time. Let me tell you that day, you say you are a Parisadari.
Audu, welcome. Okay. Don't worry, I'll get used to your voice.
I follow you. I even follow you every day.
Really?
I see for this thing. You know, if you want your man, I want your child. I see for what it says.
Audu. Thank you for calling.
And thank you. That caller where say let them leave Obi alone. Yes, the caller says let them leave Obi alone. Let them leave Obi alone. Because this man, he won't help Nigeria. That's why Nigeria like something like this. This suffer when they won't suffer, they like it. From you, I'm from Kogi State as they see me so. Everybody from my side, wow, we are all for Obi. This time, we are all for Obi. Before we do mistake, vote for Tinubu, but you know now. We are all for Obi. So let them leave Obi alone. Even my daughter came and
hello, Audu. You said waiting. Oh, okay. All right. Good night. Enjoy your day. Yes. Hello. Good evening. How are you, sir?
Yeah. Good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Are you?
I'm fine, sir. Is this Tony from Chicago?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, Tony. Are you using an earpiece? Are you in your car? You sound a little bit far from your speaker.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, it's better now.
Okay, better now.
Put your mouth close to your phone now.
Can you hear me now?
Hey, Toh, it's better now. Abi, you were lying down?
No. I use my earpiece.
Okay, I think it's better now, sir. It's better.
Yes. My contribution is that it sounds so funny. Somebody believing that we, learned people, would think that Kwakwanso is working for Tinubu. Somebody that has the opportunity to be the VP, what else would Tinubu give to him? And after VP, he has an opportunity to run as the president after one tenure will be. I don't know what it sounds too funny. I don't think Kwakwanso is ever working for Tinubu. No. On that, if you're working for somebody, you have to be on the ballot paper as the president. People knows Obi. Kwakwanso is find a very big opportunity to ride with Obi, so Obi then to back him up during his own tenure. And again, thank God you already said it, that these people are coming out to why they were hiding the truth behind ADC. Why did they? Now we have seen it. They only want Atiku to be the president under ADC. It's not good. It's not fair for ADC people. Now they trick everybody, believing that it's going to be open primary. Now what is happening? Come on, Amechi. I think you don't want to face Amechi. I don't understand why. I thought that I think you always had means of winning because this open primary, this is not delegate. You see the problem? This delegate, not open primary. That's why I think we'll find this court to bribe them. But you see what is happening. But well, let us see them. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Tony, from calling us this evening. The number to call is 080-3692-9933. That's the number. Meanwhile, terrorist strike Oyo, kidnapped 2 Cocoa Research Institute staff and Ibadan school pupils and some of their staff. I do hope that security agents are already on the prowl to ensure that this does not escalate beyond today. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Yes, sir. Good evening. This is Emeka from Ogun State.
Emeka from Ogun State. Welcome, sir. How are you?
Give glory to God for everything today. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
On 2015, we are hearing, bring back our girls, in Ojota. And on 2026, we are still hearing something like that in the watch of the same people. The same person that was leading the, protest in Ojota then. Now, in his own town of Emiloko, and they kidnap girls. Where are those people that join him, like all those Tunde Bakari and the rest of them? Now, did they still join the protests, bring out our girls in 2026, and ask the person that lead them in 2015, ask him a question, is it what we discussed? Is it what we agreed? Whatever goes around comes around. Now, Esther, do you know that today, the same way ego normally come down and snatch a fowl, at the same way today, they are now coming down as, snatching our people. And I began to ask, are we living in an animal country? They're snatching, human being like the same way ego come down and snatch. And yet, we have a government, we have a leaders. Now, that is why, Trump called this country waiting. What they call it and what did Nnamdi Kanu call it is not what it is. Animal country. When people will be snatched like animals and nothing will happen, and they will slaughter them and still come again and show on the way they slaughter on our people, and they show us the way they are beating them and treating them in the forest, and yet we have a government. Shame on to this kind of country. I'm regret to be a Nigerian.
Please don't regret to be a Nigerian. So somebody just sent me a video. I think this video is not recent, it's an old video. But it's a terrible one. I've seen this video before now. So at this point in time, you'll be seeing old videos circulate. So in this video, they did something. So in this video, they burnt this jerry can. So they're allowing the rubber liquid fire on the skin of the young persons that were abducted. But this is not a recent video. I've seen this video before. It's terrible, but I don't think this is a recent one. However, the kidnapping in Oyo State took place earlier today. They struck Oyo, kidnapped Cocoa Research Institute staff, school pupils, staff, and Ibadan travelers. All of this in the space of 3 weeks thereabout in Oyo State, coupled with what happened on Friday with the school Orire, where they went to take some of the pupils, the mathematics teacher that unfortunately was beheaded. So I think I have seen this video before. I don't think it's recent. I don't think it's a recent video, but I've seen this video before now. So I would like to know if it's really authenticated, but I don't think this is a recent video. All right, pardon me for being skeptical about the video that you sent to me. Okay, 08036929933. That's the number. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name?
I'm Favor, calling from Ejigbo.
Favor from Ejigbo. Favor of God. God bless you. Please go ahead, sir.
Our Bible says in John 8:36, he said, "We shall know the truth." I used to make this reference every day. The truth will set us free. As in this country, they see the massive kidnapping and killing. Remember the original prophet of God that prophesied the Nigeria cannot be free. So what they need to do is to gather the elders of this country. The Mazen and the Kano. If Nigeria know who they put for that prison, this is not Igbo man be that. Can be Igbo man by birth, but they didn't say that man can be Igbo man. No. All the prophecy prophesy. How they go enter Kwara? How they go enter Oyo? Go and trace that young man prophecy. That is the original prophet. Nigeria no get profit oh. What you have here na profit. All your pocket that they need. Give all. Bring your motor. If possible, show your wife. If Nigeria know who the person they put for Sokoto prison, they will bring that man out and know what the way forward. Look at the killing from one for the massacre in Nekwara. And those from church, demanding it's not 1 billion. Pastor even pay 1 million, refuse. Now we're hearing about Oyo State, Oyo now. Beheaded somebody. We have man to talk about election. Which election? So they keep on killing people. But you said that after the election, 2 weeks, this killing will stop. We are male. Every day Nigeria don't have good news. That's Tamachuku. No good news. They kidnap children. They kidnap somebody's daughter. They kidnap somebody's wife. They beat another person's husband. We're talking about election. Election. Which election? Let this man Tinubu resign or gather all the others of this country. Let's know the way forward. If Nigeria cannot feel work as one, everybody go your own. No, everybody go your own. No, let nobody tell me here the flyman should go going. Flying don't support to this country. Never do every day a causing problem. They kill in Benue, they kill in Plateau, they kill in Imo State. They one tribe killing people.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. It's again, it's not about tribe. It's about the unfortunate orientation of this element of darkness. You know, let's not encapsulate everyone. It's not good, but it's terrible. It's bringing a bad name. All right, to
these are governments. They don't care. People are dying. People are struggling. Things are happening. They don't care. They definitely don't care what people are passing through.
Just to share, thank you very much, every one of you, moderator as well, on the comment section. Thank you. We need to
are not. The votes don't count. They've already decided who is going to win the election. They've done all this.
Is our strength. We continue to place our hope in God. We continue to place our hope on God. So let us just continue to listen to
country values me. I pay my tax.
I'm telling you that the biggest trouble we have in Nigeria is not the politicians, it's the people. I'll let my people speak.
I'm from Ibadan. I'm working at First Baptist Church Ogbomoso.
Reality. What a pain. I am so pained. Now imagine what you showed earlier. The evil you support today may end up haunting you. Imagine if I supported Tinubu in the last election. Will I be able to come back here and speak today, Mr. Heldis? If I was one of those crying and say, oh, Tinubu is the one, let him be the president, let him be there. If I was the one carrying banner, disturbing this platform in the last election and say Tinubu is the one, will I even be able to come here today? I won't be able to come here today. But I've been vindicated now that it is always good to stand on the path of truth. I have been vindicated. I have been exonerated. That it is always good, regardless of whoever he is. If he's a sane man that can do well for your country, it doesn't really matter if he's an Hausa person, Yoruba person, Igbo person. Just get the right person into power. Imagine if we had Peter Obi there. Imagine if Peter Obi was one that is the president today. And you see some people come here, they still type like you, they comment like you, they want to give submission like you, thinking that they are human being when they are not. Because it's only an animal that will see that the government that you supported, people are being pied, are being killed under their words, and you are still saying that they should come back. I mean, he has asked you, on what ground should Tinubu come back to be the president? On what ground? Is it that the teachers that were kidnapped in your state, they were all rescued alive and nobody pied? Is it a good road that you can travel from Lekki to Aja and there's no pothole? Is it the electricity that he has given you that Mr. just went out now and took his computer beside this generator, and that is how he's been working every day? When he's frustrated, he will tell us, let me even go outside, come and hear the noise. And you come here, or you even stay on ground, or you stay aloof and support this evil. The red oil of that man that was spied and the ones that have been spied before will not only haunt you, it will bring you down. And for the likes of Desmond Elliott that are crying, I don't care about their cry. I care about Nigerians. Because when it suits them, you don't hear their cry. When it's against them, then they come out. But against them on what platform? Criminal platform, APC. These are young, vibrant people that should be even fighting for their own people. But they are now on the side of evil. Nigerians, we all need to fight. On Bishop Orisa Jafo, see, he was there during Jonathan's era. He was there during Jonathan's government. We knew all that played out. I saw a video earlier, I think it was last week. A lady was saying that one of the prominent pastors in Nigeria now, WF Kumoyi, now lives in London. And all the pastors came together to support this criminal government. Now you can live in London, you can reside in London, but your people are suffering and are being pied in Nigeria. The people that you told to support Tinubu that is the one that God sent. God is not the author of confusion. God does not support evil. God knows what is good for us. And Mr. Peter Obi went on national TV and told Nigerians, this is not God, this is not how God wants it. No, God does not want the government that will not be able to protect his own people. As a matter of fact, in those days in the Bible, God himself will support Israel to go and fight against their enemy. As a matter of fact, God himself will come down and he has sent soldiers, he has sent angels to even fight the enemy of Israel. So God is not the author of confusion. But people, this coming election, if it's going to happen, I don't know. But we are in war. We are in war of security. We are in war of electricity. We are in war because the country is being run aground. Look at what they are doing in APC. Is that primaries? Is that primaries? And INEC is seeing all of this in videos, because you can't tell me that Amokunto is not seeing these videos. They are seeing it. That somebody will count 1, 2, 3 and then jump to 200. In 21st century, postmodern century, like we say we call it. A man will count 1, 2, 3 and then jump to 1,000. And INEC, all of these videos, INEC have them, they are seeing them in circulation. Have they called out anyone? No, they will not. Because why? Amokunto and the likes of them are just there to do the will and the wish of this president, in quotes, the criminal president. But Nigerians, everything is in our own arsenal to tell them that we don't want them anymore, because we have a country to save. People are being pied every day. I only pray that that baby behind that woman and every one of them that are left there are being rescued. That's if the government is responsible. But in closing, Donald J. Trump, American president, said, if you hurt an American citizen, I will come after you and kill you. I have never been excited this much as an American. This one gives me joy every day that I am alive, and I say that my country will fight and kill my enemies. But in Nigeria, terrorists that APC, Tinubu, Shetima, all of them brought into the government, into the country, is now buying their own people, and they cannot do anything. I saw Fayemi yesterday with Patutomi and one of the northern governors from the north. Fayemi sat down like a chairman speaking, and I was asking myself, this man told Nigerians that they are the one that disrupt Goodluck Jonathan's regime. And this guy can sit down and speak English. What evil English was he speaking? Nigerians, this whole thing is in our hand. We either destroy APC or APC buy Nigeria. If we don't do something, APC will destroy and buy Nigeria. The battle is in our hand, not only on Peter Obi's hand, not only on Mr. Evis's hand. It is all of us that must do this fight. Whether you live in diaspora or you live in Nigeria, this battle belongs to us all. We cannot allow these criminals to destroy and buy our people. My father is in Nigeria. My mother is in. I have my siblings in Nigeria, and so it consign as it concerns. That's how it concerns me, and I will not allow you to destroy my family or my friends. So rise up, do the talk, do everything possible in your power to make sure that your voice is being heard, because these guys don't mean well. Thank you very much. I yield the mic. Appreciate you, Mr. Elvis. God bless you.
Thank you, give us a mandate. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for your wonderful submission. Okay, I would like us to move on. Before that, I would like to appreciate this person right here. Let me look at your name properly. Jeb Foods. Thank you so much for the super chat. Sorry for joining, becoming a member of our platform. We are very, very grateful. And you ask, how can you join the conversation? Okay, there's a number right there, a WhatsApp number. You can call in now, or you can join the panel. Any of the above, we posted out a link earlier on the comment section. We normally post out a link, but we're not posting link anymore for today. But we'll post out a link every day, at least twice a day. So if you can find it in the comment section, you can come in and talk to us. Our Dream Nation, my brother, thank you very much, my brother. Good evening to you. Talk to us.
Good evening, my brothers, and good evening, my brother, Mr. Elvis. God bless you, sir, for what you do. Give us a mandate. God bless you for that submission, and everyone on the panel. Mr. Odua, I can see you. Mr. Jonathan, thank you, sir. Everyone on the panel. God bless us. A new Nigeria is coming, a new Nigeria is possible. My brother Elvis, our prayers are with you. We hope you will come out strong. That 1-0 is enough. But we'll pray for a security goal to survive this battle. Because the way Burnley is playing, they have nothing to lose. But our prayers are with you. We wish you all the best, all the Arsenal fans. Nigerians, with what we have on the table, I listened to Pastor Orise Jiafo. Well, I don't know what has happened, what has changed. At least they are speaking up now. This is Remi Tinubu uncle. Because he's a Chekiri man also. Yeah. At least for him to come out and speak like this, we are still waiting. Maybe before the end of next week or this week, we will hear maybe FCC is going after him. We hope so. That never happened. Because these are the reasons most people don't want to speak. These are things that happen. Some of them don't want to say anything, not that they don't know the truth. So some of you who are supporting this APC, is the question. Is the question we are asking. Let any APC person come to tell us, what has this government done? Yesterday I spoke about this kind of primaries that APC conducted. If a party who is in power conducting election for Nigerians can conduct this kind of primaries, then what is the hope for the general election? That is why I said every one of us to fasten our seatbelt and get ready to know it's a fight to finish. It is no longer we have fought for 2023 and we ran away. We are back now, we are not running away. Because that analogy is always he who fights and runs away lives to fight another day. We have run away for 2023. We are back today So come 2027, nobody, no retreat, no surrender. Nobody is going back. It's for us to take back our country from these criminals. These politicians, they are just there to borrow the money to share. They don't believe in the unity of Nigeria. Go and check. The newspapers still have it. Tinubu says he does not believe in Nigeria. Today is the president. Is it people like Akpabio that believe in one Nigeria? No. They wanted to control their oil. That is Akpabio. So all of them who are there, they don't believe in one
Mandarita, you're on the
Nigeria.
fast.
Mr. Najawa, do you want me to go ahead? So every one of you today who are looking up to these characters and thinking they care about you, no. They are just using you to get what they want to get. They don't believe in democracy. They don't even understand the word democracy. What they are displaying is democracy. It's madness. See what is happening in my state, Rivers State? What would you say? Look at what Wike is doing in Rivers State and Abuja. What are you going to say? Do these people understand what is democracy? They don't understand. They don't understand and they don't believe in those democracy you are talking. They believe in authoritarian government as I want, what I want, and how I want it. It's what these people believe in. So it is for you, the Nigerians, who are more stronger than these people. There are few individuals. They just have their element criminals which they have trained. Few of them in the society, they are not up to the numbers of people we have. If 50 million Nigeria troop out the mass against these people, they will have no place to run to now. Who is near to Wike? Where is he going to run to? Who will help Tinubu to escape from our hands? Who will help Akpabio to escape from our hands? You think people who are following them happy? They are bittered, but they can't do anything. You know, these criminals, when you work with them, if you try to run away, they go after your life. So some people are under what? Duress, doing this dirty business for these people. They are waiting for Nigerians to wake up and liberate them and save them from the hands of these criminals. The system they are building today, if you are sitting down and saying, it no concern me, is going to be a problem for your children, if you don't fight today to stop these people. This set of people you are seeing today and what Tinubu have been able to raise, the structure is raising will be more brutal. They will be more dangerous. They will be more sophisticated than Tinubu. And we don't pray for that kind of society. The way and manner we are fighting today, you might not have that opportunity to fight in that manner. If you don't stop it today, I said it yesterday, save it in your archive and put it somewhere you can keep. Come 20 years to come, go back and see if you allow Tinubu to succeed come 2027. Nigeria, there will be no more opposition. Nobody will be interested in anything politics because it's going to be, it is either you are for the Tinubus or you just, if you can't beat them, join them. So you just be living your life. The thing that is motivating people today, making people having this urge for them to even participate in the election is because of character like Peter Obi, who is giving Nigeria hope. That is why you see. Peter Obi has said this is the last time he's running because after now he's going to the north. And he's a man of his word. So if we miss it in 2027 and Peter Obi is no longer on the ballot, tell me, the set of governors you see today, people in politics, House of Assemblies, House of Senate, which of them can you point to say, see one governor with at least 20% character of Peter Obi that can come to motivate Nigerians to rise up and gather this kind of organic love and organic followers you are having today? I want you to point out one governors, whether neither past or the one sitting today, that can galvanize this kind of movement. Anything after 2027, come 2031. Point me out one governor in Nigeria today. There is no one, no one. So how do you think? Who is going to be that role model that Nigeria will desire to say this is the reason we have to come again and fight for the country? They will make the system in a way, both the media, everything will be Tinubulized. It will be Tinubulized and Jagabalized. So Nigerians, I want you to save this video, come future, come back to it and prove me wrong. If we miss it in 2027, forget about it. It will take you 50 years to come to remove this criminal structure, because the pace they are taking, the level they are going, and they are recruiting and training criminals. Nigerians, we have to stop it. Even you, that you think you are too good, you will not know how you will begin to be their tool who will be working for these people. The same you who is criticizing them, you will become their servant. You will become their agent who will be speaking for them. That is a system they are building. What money cannot buy, more money can buy. We have not started though. You have not seen Tinubu. It's when we lose it in 2027. That is when you will see the real result. This one we are facing today is a child's play. They will build a system that will just be, you have to know this person to know this person. You have to know this person, and it must be a link to one man called the Tinubu. I don't wish any of you will pray for that kind of system in Nigeria. Peter Obi is here today, using himself as a sacrificial lamb for Nigerians. He said, in 4 years, I'm going to redirect this country. He said, in 2 years, if these people can destroy, then he will do a lot within that 4 years. Believe him. We trust him. He's a man of his word. Look at his track record. Look at what he has done. That is the more reason you should trust him and get your PVC. Not just getting your PVC, get it and store it very well. Don't be part of those people who give APC their PVC so that nobody will tamper. Some of you do not have understanding of what data protection is. The information you are releasing to people about yourself, you have to understand how to manage your data. The information about you, giving somebody your details, you don't know what they can do with that. So if you are part of those people who disclose your PVC just because of 100,000 naira or 50,000 they put in envelope with Tinubu's cloth on it, you are giving your PVC. You don't know how that can destroy you. So don't be part of that. Get your PVC and get ready to kick out APC
Thank you.
and protect your vote. A new Nigeria is coming. and that new Nigeria is possible. Thank you, Mr. Naija Watch, and God bless you.
Thank you, our Dream Nation. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Mr. Ojoa, talk to us, sir. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Mr. Naija Watch.
Ojoa, are you there? Okay, thank you,
Yes,
sir. Good
yes.
evening to you. Talk.
Because full vibration came in, so I have to. So that was
okay. Talk to us. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone in the panel. Good evening, Mommy Diaspora. Good evening, commenters, listeners, and viewers, and the passerby. When you live in a country of thieves, this is what you get. This is a place where the election is being stolen. So when you want to look for power, you will be expecting such that happen in the Oyo State, because the APC who brought in criminal, who brought in terrorists that is terrorizing the country, are looking for all means to make sure that all states become APC. So Sheyi Makinde did not go to APC, and he said he want to become a president. So they have to shake his leg. They have to shake his leg. You see what this woman, the woman said they should come and settle this thing. So that means there is something that told those women that are the problem. So they need to settle it so that they can go back home. So the truth is, it's just they don't tell him, you are not fit to become the president. Second, your state must become a APC. And third, you don't even have the mind to take, or you don't even value your people, because anybody who values his people, anybody that values people, must make sure that his state is secure. Because, for example, if I am a governor of Edo State, there is no federal government, what you call federal might, that will tell me that not to mobilize the entire state as a, what do, you might call them vigilante, you might call them self-defense, whatever name you call them. The entire state must be mobilized to do that, because it is my home. That thing you call federal government, if my people are not there, that means it did not complete. So you cannot be a governor of a state where they tell you something happen, you don't care. Now, if it is not the federal government that is the terrorist that is terrorizing people, these people that they so-called kidnap them, they call them the bandit or whatever. They will do video, send it on internet. Is it not the same internet that the government are saying they want to censor? Are those people are using? And we do it in the same, in Nigeria forest. Let me tell you, here in Italy, if you do such video, 24 hours, what is 24 hours? Less than 12 hours, you are being arrested, because your location, that the SIM card you use to post it, have serial number. So the location is right there to signal the security agents, the area you are. The phone you use to make call, it has serial number. It will display. So the truth is, your so-called government or the federal government are the problem, are the criminal or the terrorist that is terrorizing the people. Because that is why the what do they call the military man? The one that said, I don't know if it is the chief of army staff, who said that they are prodigal children. So when a such person says so, a person that you put the security on his hand to make sure that everywhere is secure, is telling you that these terrorists, they are prodigal children, We need to return them back to the community. And that man, you did not pull his uniform. Not you have it should be sacked immediately. You did not sack him. He's still the one controlling the position. So automatically, all of you are the same thing. Whoever is just like when Ambassador set up ESCC, the one who did not like the ESCC will go and attack him. The person that committed the crime, the ESCC will leave that person, except the one that is. That is what they are using all these terrorist boys to do. The place they said they see, like where Buhari was there, he deal with this man of Benue State. What do they call the autumn? He was dealing with because autumn could not dance to his tune. So these are the things, because you said power is not sabalakati. You grab it, you snatch it. The court are also the criminal, are the terrorist sponsors. Because if the court, if they did what was right, these things that we are experiencing will have not happened. Since now they are going to borrow money so that they will still give to court and INEC also. Even the other day, there was a video that police were telling INEC that they should do this election has to. The so-called Amukbaton, we are telling the police that insecurity in the country cannot make them do free and fair election. That is what he says, that they cannot do free and fair election. I say, in the presence of the police that you will send to election to guard the ballot, you are telling them that insecurity, you will not, that means automatically, this election is not going to free and fair. So these are what you get when a country is full of criminals, when they are sadic criminality. President stole position through the court and the ANEC. Now it is school teachers. They went and kidnap from schools, terrorized from school, because where they say kidnap, these are, and if you do it here in Italy, it's terrorism. There's nothing like kidnapping, it's terrorism. So those terrorists will make sure they treat them like terrorists. That is how it goes. But in Nigeria,